devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
Oh shit! Damn, what's up? Hey, Light, Nathan, how you guys doing?
Yo, Roy, how's it going? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, Light. Nathan, say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. All right, guys. Well, the floor is yours because unfortunately I wasn't able to see the match yesterday. I did see some highlights, but I know you guys saw the game. So go ahead. Let's talk about the game and let's talk about topics regarding the Milan universe and let's get it started.
Well, first things first, we are doing 7 points better than we did last year. So that means we won the Scudetto. So pop the champagne. Time to celebrate.
Go.
Yeah. The January of last year was a disaster. I remember we lost like a lot of points and a lot of games. So was an unusual January, let's say that. But going back to the game of yesterday, we saw the same Milan we've seen the whole season. Quite disjointed. We won at the end, thank God, but was not like a convincing performance, let's say that. especially on the game side. We always gave a lot of space and chances to Udinese to kind of score goals or beat us. So I don't know. The team is still a bit disjointed. Um, but a good thing is that the way we are disjointed is still a way that allows us to create chances and to, in a weird way, kind of leaves the opposition to attack us, and that allows the opposition to leave spaces for us to exploit. So it's a bit weird because it gets with small
It's almost
teams.
like baiting.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's basically with small teams, you give them a weird situation that like they start believing they can get a goal, so they leave you spaces behind,
And then they
which
do
is
get a goal.
yeah, they get goals because we leave them spaces. So we don't do it on purpose. That's the problem. It's not a
Right, right,
strategy.
right.
We do it by accident, and teams understand that. That's why they try to exploit those spaces. But I think Leao played well because I think Leao was a topic of oh, he's not playing well or he's been bad this season. I think he played well, better than the other games at least. I see an improvement. Um,
He
the
worked
midfield,
harder.
yeah, exactly. It was more like of course, the output looks like this season is not gonna happen. Is not getting a lot of. To be fair, I feel like he's quite isolated as well. We were supposed to have
Well,
more quality this season to actually support him on that side, but every time we leave him quite isolated.
well,
So
if you think about it, I think the reason for that is because we now can play on both sides of the field. The the team has to get used to what is it, shifting to the other side. So whenever we do get the ball, whenever we go from left to right, it takes a little bit for the team to help. So it does look like he's more isolated, but that's simply because now we aren't just playing down one side.
I don't know. It's every time I remember a year ago, or at least previous seasons, was kind of a tactical reason why he was isolated because in an empty field he can run faster and he can be more dangerous if he's left on a 1v1 against the opposition. But now he's left 1v1 every single time, which is a bit too much. Sometimes Leao needs a 1-2 or a bit of support. But I don't know if
But that's also
how.
on him too.
Yeah, maybe it's on him. I don't know how much there is a thinking behind that, or it's just happening because this we are disjointed. So the distance between department between the lines, uh, it is because as a team we are not there in terms of distances. But yeah, overall was a good 3 points. I didn't realize that a lot of teams didn't play this weekend for I guess um, Coppa Italia and Super Cup reasons. So I think just a few teams played this weekend. I didn't realize that. What about you, Nathan? What do you think about the game?
I mean, I completely agree with everything you said. Um, the one positive I would, well, I guess you could say there's more than just one positive, but Gavia played insanely well. In fact, he's been incredibly good since he's been back. And then Jovic and Okafor did very well. I mean, yes, the offense still didn't look good, but coming in and getting a goal almost on your first touch, that's a nice thing to see. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah. No,
those are positive things um, that I can take away from that. But other than that, super sloppy, super disjointed. Um, I don't. Yeah, we got to fix that midfield.
What happened with Mike Magnan?
Racism, just racist BS.
they did
Um,
like
was
a
it
monkey.
Yeah,
They did a
chance.
monkey chance. How you
was it
said?
was it like a large group of people, or was it a few people? Like what was it?
I don't think was the old fan base. I think was a group of people that
Yeah,
some probably hardcore group of people. But a group of people is what 100, 200 people.
200
Uh,
people?
well, I mean,
you have to think about it in
it's a
context
stadium
of
of
how big a
it's a stadium
stadium
of
is. Yeah.
30,000, man, 40,000, 35,000. So
200 people doing monkey chants? That's fucked up. You could hear them?
I'm just Roy. I don't have numbers, man. I'm just assuming.
Yeah, like
Jesus
if you
Christ.
look at it in the context of how big a stadium is, and then if you think about 100 people or 200 people, isn't a big number, but it is a big number.
Is Roy
Are
is
you
like this,
sure
man.
it's that much?
If
Anyway,
50
I mean,
people
so
start,
did
if
they
right,
so
it's but you
so
got to
I read
remember the
that he
stadiums are
Roy, but
there's no
it doesn't
track,
matter,
there's no
man.
track there, so if they're
It's
right
not
behind the goalie, so it really wouldn't take that much. It's
right.
probably not
exactly
200,
200
but
people is nothing, man. In a stadium, it's like
That's a
a
lot,
small
man.
portion.
That's a
If
lot.
dude,
If you had
those 200
200
people,
people
first
doing
of
the
all, are
monkey chants, then
yeah,
then
but
then
even if it
things
was
are fucked up.
25 people, if you're literally sitting right behind the
I mean,
goalkeeper, they can hear
usually
you.
it's a
no. If
few.
it's 25 people, it doesn't hear it, man. It doesn't
No, but
realize.
right behind the goalie though, there's no track to separate them. Like they're only about 50, not even 50 yards,
Anyway,
like 15 yards away from the goalie, bro.
that's
You can
fine.
hear that.
Yeah, but he's not. He's too focused on the game. He will not see that. He will not see that. But if it's 25 people, literally cannot hear 25 people shout in a stadium. But the
No,
thing is,
I'm
50
yeah,
people.
I get what you're saying.
Listen to me. 50 people start, and another
That's
100 follow them.
that's
Simple
fucked
as
up.
that. Because
That's
everyone is drunk in that part of the stadium. Because they're upset. They don't want to provocate him, whatever.
that's fucked up
So
there.
I mean, but that's how it works, man. You don't hear 25 people. It has to be at least 100,
I
or
mean,
you don't
usually
realize
it's like
it's
2 or
happening.
3 people that do this shit. Not that many. That's fucked up.
Dude, I don't think 100 people. It's always 100 or 200 people, man. Every time that happens, it's never 20 people. You don't hear
Uh,
20 people, man.
Well, it
If
depends
I'm
how
in a
close you
stadium,
are.
if I no, I mean, if I'm in the
Because
stadium,
you remember the Juventus? Didn't Mike Mayan get abused?
Juventus Stadium is really small, man. It's
But it
right
was
there,
3
and
people. It was 3 people there. It was
yeah, it was
literally
not 3 people, man. They
yeah,
got
yeah.
3 people because they started, but
Well, if it's that many people, then people are right to say that Italy is fucked up.
how the fuck you hear 25 people doing the
No,
monkey
I'm
chant?
telling
Because
because of how the acoustics work inside of the stadium. If you're that low to the ground and you're right behind the goalkeeper, you can hear that.
I think the whole, the whole, supporter started, and he heard them.
Either way, I think the punishment should be. I think they mentioned it as well. The president mentioned it as well. It should be automatic forfeits. Vinicius said that you should get jail time. Like there should be like some
Jail
insane
time.
punishment
That's
for
too much.
people that do it.
Jail time is too much.
Nah, well, if you can do it out in the open, then hey,
Yeah, I mean,
like
I don't agree with jail time, but that's a little bit crazy. But
hey, it is what it is.
a fine
I mean,
and ban from the stadium, but
I
jail
don't think
time,
you can do jail time because it's
that's
not
a little bit.
jail
Yeah,
time
there's
is
the freedom of speech laws and stuff, so you obviously
no.
can't do that.
It's just it's not like something the league can impose it. Is we're talking about law. You know what I mean? Even if somebody tells you to fuck off, he's not gonna go in jail.
Yeah, but saying that is not the same thing as using hate words. Hate
Yeah, but
speech
they do hate.
is
Yeah, but
considered different.
still, you can't. I mean, putting
Dude,
people in jail
it's
for hate
like
speech.
people do hate words between Milan and Napoli, man. What are you gonna do? You're
No,
gonna go to
it's
jail
not the
because you're
same.
saying,
That's not hate word. That's not the same thing.
well,
No,
technically it's the same thing.
but no matter
You're
how no
It's
matter
not.
how
discriminating.
bad it is, like going to jail for that stuff is a little bit.
What they should do then is they should allow the players to fight them.
No, I think those people should be banned from the stadium and should probably get a
Yeah, but
fine.
they're not going to enforce that though. You can't ban them from the stadium unless you have facial recognition. There's too many people that come through for you to be like, oh, I remember you. You're banned.
Well, it's the IDs. They get put in a. That's what they do. They ban the guys through an ID system. I mean,
Yeah,
someone
I
can
just don't
fake an
think they'll
ID
do it.
and come in with a fake ID.
Because
No,
yeah,
they basically
because
in Italy
because
you need a specific ID to buy tickets. So you have the for Milan you have the tessera del tifoso, no? So you need a specific card to be able to buy tickets, and that card is connected to an ID.
but what
So
if someone buys
if you
the
don't
tickets
have
for
that
you?
card, you cannot buy a ticket.
But what if someone buys it for you?
Yeah, I'm sure there's
Well,
ways to go
that
around it.
is different. That is
That's what
different.
I'm saying. Like, unless you have facial recognition that
But you can
scans
do
you,
Nathan. You can do something like this. You're banned to go to the stadium, and the moment the game is there, you need to be at home, and police will go and check if you're at home. So if you're not at
yeah, but
home, you're fucked. You get
I don't know.
so that's what they do.
that's a lot though. You'd have to pay officers off.
Yeah, cops
Yeah,
won't do
Yeah,
that.
no,
they won't.
officers
They're not gonna do that.
are always around, man. Officers are always around in the
Yeah, they're around
neighborhood.
for real things. They're not gonna waste their time on that, bro. They're not going to.
Believe me, man, there is not a lot of going on in Italy. Don't worry.
The I mean, those people should just be fined. Like a salty fine. You know. That's it.
I think the
Yeah,
league
but they
will
not gonna
not allow
pay.
them to go to the stadium for
Think,
sure.
because Roy, think about this. Okay, they charge you a fine. If you like in the United States, if
All
you
right.
get charged a fine and you don't pay it, then you get a warrant, right?
Yeah.
So if you get a warrant, then you don't pay it, then you can get jail time, right?
Sure.
So it's the same thing as if you
Yeah,
get
but
caught with
that's
racism.
yeah, but sending straight to jail for racist chants, that's
Okay,
crazy.
but they're not going to
That's
pay a
too
fine
much.
either. So you might as well skip that middle
Because
process and just take them.
then where will it stop? You know, like then people can start to say, well, I think that guy should be jailed, and
Nah, but you got they have to show the evidence. Like if they show the screen and it shows you doing the action, then you did the
I don't
action.
know. I'm completely against the idea that people should be jailed for words. Action, yes. For words, I completely disagree. Now, do I think most people deserve to be at the stadium? Absolutely not. Are they fucking pieces of shit idiots? Yes, 100%. How to? I don't believe in collective punishment. I don't think. I don't think that does any good. Um, maybe maybe
Just find out
maybe
who they are
It
and don't
has to
allow
be
them to
facial.
come back
It has to
to the
be
stadium.
facial recognition technology. There's literally no other way to do that.
No, you can do that because they find out who was, for example, at the Juventus game. You remember? They can find out because where you're sitting, um, how many times you come at the stadium. They can get you in the next game. It's 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 not complicated. They can find out, and the moment they find out, you're not allowed anymore for lifetime to
and
go
it's
to the stadium.
strange because Udine is like isn't Udine a rich region, industrial region, like it's educated people. It's not a region
Dude, but
it's a diverse
doesn't matter.
region. Udinese is a diverse team, always been a diversity. It's strange that these things happen there. Like I've never seen this happen there. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's people from other regions that now live there. I've never
No, man,
associated.
It's normal, man. It's normal. It doesn't matter how how rich is the region. I mean, United States is one of the richest countries in the world, and
Yeah,
racism
but
is there.
I mean, but it's like I've never seen this behavior accosted to Udinese and Udine. This is the first time I've seen it. Maybe it's happened before. I just don't know about it. But it's strange. Like if it's Lazio, like okay, I'm not surprised. If it's Verona, I'm not surprised. If it's Juve, I am surprised. In fact, I was surprised. If it's Cagliari, I'm not surprised. There are some places where it happens more so than often, and then there's some other places where, like, really, there? That's strange, but whatever.
Sometimes it happen just because people don't want to, you know, provoke the person, so they
They want.
use cheap ways to do it. That's it.
Yeah. But it's just such a stupid thing. It's like, man, like, how do you do that? Like, thinking any thinking that's like a good thing, you know? It's like, how can you not know that that's such a stupid thing to do? And so it's
especially when
disgusting
you
and
have
stupid.
players
Like,
on your
how do you
team
not
that are
know
black.
that? What?
Especially when you have players on the team that you support that are black.
Yeah, Udinese has always been
They've
a very
always
diverse
had
team.
right.
It is so stupid, dude.
But it doesn't matter, Nathan. They want to you
Yeah,
know,
of course, of course.
punish and bother Mike, so he makes a mistake. That's it. That's what they want to do.
Then they do the shit
These
in front of
people.
children. Then the children learn this shit, and then the children think that this shit is appropriate. And then the cycle continues.
I mean, I
Ah,
don't think the cycle continues. More the years go pass by, and better it gets. It used to be worse, much worse before.
was it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the N word was everywhere in the stadiums, so it was much worse.
Were
Now,
they doing this shit
literally,
in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s?
even in the 90s, early 2000,
Yeah,
I was
90s. I remember because George Weah. I remember George Weah versus Lazio, and then he scored that goal and he gave them the finger. He put the finger in front of his lips, telling them to shut up after he scored an
dude.
amazing goal.
People were offending their own players in a racist way. It was
Yeah,
like
that is true. Yeah.
new generations are getting better and better on this side. They're more respectful and more understanding. But because at the end, the youngsters have friends. They are diverse. They live in a more diverse world. Their favorite musician is black. Their favorite actor is black. Maybe
I mean,
their favorite YouTubers.
I
So it
was in
changes.
Italy where I was. There was a lot of immigrants, Africans, Indians, Muslims. Hey, man, there's no problems whatsoever. There's no problems whatsoever. Everybody was chilling. Everybody's living in peace. There's no animosity. There was no animosity. You know,
It's just
it's
a
these
small.
idiots
It's a
that go
small
to the
percentage.
stadiums
Yeah,
are just fucking morons.
will always be a small percentage that will make a lot of noise and make everyone else look like an idiot.
Now, wasn't there also a case in England at the same time?
Really?
Yeah, I thought there was something else that
Yesterday?
happened as uh I swear there was something else. Maybe I might be thinking of something of a different moment, but I thought there was another incident that happened in England as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know about Spain and Vinicius Jr. I know it happens to him a lot. They said what 19 times it's happened to him so far. That's what the newspaper article said.
Yeah, it happened. It will always happen because, unfortunately, there will always be people you cannot control. The good thing is that it's getting better, and I really believe that new generations are not going to do this. It's just the old generation is going to be around for at least another 30, 40 years. They will have a voice for the next 30, 40 years. So for the next 30, 40 years, you will hear those
What about
moments.
the racism? What about the racism to Italians that Paul shows every single day? Huh?
Well, that's a
Like,
new way, no?
when is that going to stop?
Why Paul comes here, man, and provokes us with racism?
Every day, Paul is attacking Italians. Dude. Every
By the
single
way,
day.
today I saw Red John in the chat.
Yeah.
I was like, why Red John is here? Is it Inter not lost today?
The first thing
There's a
Red
lot
John
of
says in the chat is a comment to me about Brobe. And
oh really? Okay, he just came here
he
for
told me
brother.
he told me that Brobe has 3 less goals than Jovic. And it's the opposite way. So he came in there just to talk noise and then left.
Yeah, and he came in the chat and showed the stat of the players, the sheet of the players' stats. Like that stat sheet means nothing. It
Yeah.
literally what does it mean? It
What's
doesn't mean
that?
anything.
What's that?
So the
Basically, that
goals
RLC
and
has
assists.
got decent number. The Furlani players of the summer, they have decent stats, right? So it's like
Well, they're playing every fucking game, man. They're
and
playing every fucking. They're starting every fucking game, and they're playing 90 minutes each game.
yeah. So Red John showed up and brought in this stat and said, "Well, look at this guy how he destroyed this guy." But like these stats mean nothing. Actually, I didn't really want to talk about it, but whatever. So yesterday when the game happened, I wasn't watching the game. I wasn't watching the game because I was watching something else. And at a certain point, we went down 2 goals. I went to see the table because I wanted to see what Fiorentina was doing, but Fiorentina didn't play. I don't know what they did actually. And I was looking at the table. At that point, we were losing 2-1. And I was looking at our goals conceded, and we have 23 goals conceded. And then I was looking at Inter and Juve, and they're so far away from us. My heart dropped. My heart dropped. Like I've already checked out. I've already checked out. I'm quite depressed actually about this shit. Like I'm pretty depressed that I'm gonna have to fucking see Inter put a second star on their shirt. I'm not happy about this, and it's been a race. It's been a 30-year race for me, and for many Milan fans. And now we're literally at the finish line, and clearly Inter is the favorites. I mean, just look at how they're playing. They're playing a great football. They're not conceding any goals. Obviously, they're gonna fucking win this league. Milan ain't gonna win it with all the goals we're conceding. And the prospect of seeing Inter fucking put that second star on their shirt before us, man, it just fucking kills me, dude. My heart is bleeding. My heart is fucking bleeding. And so yeah, I didn't see the game, so I didn't really live the emotions of the game. I know a lot of people celebrated because we won at the dime moments. But when we were down 2-1 and I saw that table, because how many times have I gone on this chat? How many times have I gone on this chat and gone through every single year of the Scudetto, right? We can go to the Serie A table, right? Serie A website, and we can go through all the Scudettos from last year till 50 years back. The team that wins the Scudetto every single fucking year is the team with the best defense. It is the team with the best defense. So
No, we're not
clearly
winning.
Milan is not going to win it. And clearly it's most likely Inter or Juve. Like there's no two ways about this.
We're not gonna win the league. The only thing we need to do is beat Inter on the 33rd game of the season. That's the only thing we should do. Beat Inter so they don't win the league. That is almost like winning the league in terms of satisfaction. Counts nothing in terms of trophies, of course, but stopping them for winning the league, that is a massive thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, but if it, I mean, I don't. Sure, then Juve wins the league. Well, mm. I don't know. Like I see. I'm getting a lot of shit because, but I'm not. I'm already prepared myself for me. I'm already prepared myself for me. For me, this is going to be one of the biggest defeats I felt as a Milan fan. Maybe the biggest defeat I felt as a Milan fan. It's literally been a 30-year race. 30 years, 3 decades of racing for that second star, and it looks like we're going to lose it. And these motherfuckers are going to shove it down our throats. They're going to do that. They're going to do it. It's a huge deal. There's no point in pretending it's not a big deal. It is a huge deal. So yeah, no, fuck these owners, Zenduplo. Fuck them, because they fucked this up. They're the ones that Jerry Cardinale didn't even know what winning a second star is. These guys fired Maldini like a dog and built a bullshit midfield team that you're never going to win anything with a midfield like that. They treat the club like an investment project fund. Guys, wake the fuck up. Wake up. As long as we're treated as an investment fund project and not like a proper football team, you guys will be celebrating these victories in the last moment against Udinese. That's the most you're ever going to fucking celebrate. So why should I fucking pretend that I don't know what's coming? I know what's coming. I fucking know what's coming. I might as well prepare myself right now. And I hope Maldini comes back. I hope this PIF rumor is true and that the Saudis are going to buy Milan. Maldini's going to come back, because then finally we will be treated like the fucking elite club that we deserve to be treated. You have people like Paul here that they're happy to see Milan being turned into Villarreal, right? They think that Paul here thinks that, us being in the Europa League is a great thing. Us being kicked out of the Coppa Italia, even though I don't give a shit about the Coppa Italia, but we did get kicked out of the Coppa Italia. The Scudetto is not happening, guys. We are the 7th best defense.
I don't understand Paul logic, man. We lose, Pioli is too bad, so the players have no problem. He's not blaming any player. The moment the team wins, Furlan in his transfer market, amazing. Thank God we have these players. When they don't show up and they don't win games, it's Pioli's fault. What is his logic, man? We need to start. This is a team that has conceded 23 goals. It's not good enough, man. It's not a good team. After spending 130 million conceding goals every fucking game, being so unstable, it's not enough. It's not a good team. It's not an improved team. He has the same issues that we had a year ago. Same exact issues.
Yeah, if no, that is a good point you bring up. That is definitely a good point. There is too much of an agenda of trying to push Furlani, whatever. But if I do see Inter start to bottle things, maybe my positivity can come back. But honestly, like I saw Inter play against Lazio, and boy, man, they look like a proper team. They will
lose. They will lose points, but the problem is we are going to lose points as well because we're playing in Europa League. And again, I'll repeat myself. This team is not good enough to play every 3 days. These players are going to not be good enough in a lot of games, and we're going to lose points.
Yeah, of course we're going to. I mean, that's normal. But every team is eventually going to lose points. I mean, Laird.
Yeah, but we already lost a lot of points during this part of the season.
But I mean, the goal conceded stat tells me that the race is over. Like, there is no more race.
Well,
I've checked out.
But
I've
Roy,
checked
people don't understand this, man. People they see the table, 6 points difference. They get horny and they think, oh, Milan can make it. The moment we play Thursday and Monday, Thursday and Sundays, people understand, and we lose points. People will say, oh, Pioli, we still need the DM, we still need that, we still need that. So this is the Milan fan base, man. That's how it works. We win 2 games. Oh my God, we're gonna win it. This team is good. We're scoring goals. The transfer is good. The moment we lose 2 games, oh, Pioli is an idiot. We need a new coach. Oh, he's gonna get fired next week. We're gonna lose points. 23 goals conceded. This is a team that concedes 23 goals. Is not gonna wake up in the morning and stop conceding goals and win the league. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and listen, if the team that we're competing against maybe was at 18 goals, 17 goals, yeah, maybe there's still room there. But 10 goals. These guys have conceded 10 goals.
Is Juventus. I hope Juventus wins it. That's the only hope I have this season, man.
But even that is gonna sting to me, dude. As much as I pretend to like Juve, even that is gonna fucking sting.
No, if we finish top 4 and Inter loses the Scudetto against Juventus, that's pretty good to me.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. So that is something that I am positive about now, which I wasn't too confident about a few weeks ago. Like, I think top 4 is secured. I think that top 4 is secured. I don't see us falling off of top 4. So we will have the Champions League again next year, and that is the competition that matters the most. And next year, well, first of all, I hope that they sell the damn club, and I hope that Maldini comes back and that they change the management and we bring in people that actually care about Milan rather than making money.
Sorry, Roy, I need to interrupt you here.
What?
Paul is saying you are backtracking. In this channel, years ago, I always say top 4 is a trophy for me. I will celebrate every time we get top 4. It's more important than winning the league. And people, when Jerry Cardinale was not running the club, were telling me that I have no ambition, that I like just, I'm not a real fan. Now the same people are actually twerking for top 4. They think the team is amazing because it's reaching top 4, and they're telling me that I'm backtracking. That's what they're doing now. A year ago, they were making fun of me when I was saying, I'm going to celebrate top 4. Top 4 is important. People were saying, no, we should aim for the Scudetto. This team is shit. We have a shit right wing. We have that. We have this. Now, they don't want to say that we have a shit team. They're saying, oh, this team is amazing, man. We're still top 4. It's great, man. The team has improved. Improved my dick, man. 23 goal conceded. That's not an improvement to me. That's not a good team.
Yeah, a team that concedes all these goals is not going to win the league. Yeah, there's no way. There's no chance. There's no chance. No chance. I mean, again, we can go through every single year of the Serie A.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you again, Roy. I said this in August. Go and check it, Paul. Go and check it. After the Mercato finished, I said it in August. This is a team that can finish top 4 because Pioli knows what he's doing, and the team is still has the best goalkeeper, best defenders, best left back, and best player of the league, which is Leao. So it's still a team that even in a bad season can finish top 4. Go and check it, man. Go and check it. See the receipt.
Yeah, Laird has been saying that all summer.
All summer I've been saying that this team, even if you get wrong 7 players, will still finish top 4. Because it's better than Lazio, better than Fiorentina, than Atalanta, personnel. Starting 11. It's better than all the teams that are challenging against us to finish top. Maybe Roma has some big names, but Roma is being a mess tactically. But the other teams lower than us, they don't. Napoli, Juventus, and Inter are at our level, so we will finish top 4. Always say that. No, Paul, go and check it. I've been saying that. Paul, the whole summer, man. Paul, go and check it, man. You should, if you think I'm a liar, you should.
No, I was not super confident about top 4.
Yeah, no. For me, you should bring the proof.
You said all summer that you thought.
Go and get a video that says that I say oh, this team will struggle or not gonna finish top 4. Bring it here and we discuss. If you cannot bring it here, man, don't say I'm a liar.
But for people like Paul, it is more important to push this stuff than actually like consider. Like honestly, like I don't even care about all of this anymore. I don't care about what has been said and what this guy says and what that guy says. I'm just fucking, my heart is bleeding because I know that this is the fucking year 2024 where I'm going to see Inter fucking sew a second star on their shirt. And right now I'm convinced about it. I just don't see them lose it. Now, of course, they can drop the ball. I mean, if we were in their position, I think I'd be, if we were in their position, I'd be pretty confident of winning the damn league. So I don't even give a shit anymore about what people say, what people think, what people said, and this guy said this. It doesn't fucking matter anymore because reality is soon going to start hit you in the face. This winning last minute against Udinese, acting as if we fucking won the Champions League. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
I honestly don't understand, man, why people change the way of judging. The year we finished second with 80 points, people were complaining about the team. The team was shit. It's not good enough. And we finished 80 points. This season, we're not going to finish second. We're not going to win the league. We're going to have basically the same type of season. People are happy. They think it's a good team. I don't understand when this thing changed.
I mean, this was not the year to fucking do Moneyball. This was not the fucking year to treat Milan like Villarreal. This was not the year to get rid of Maldini and bring in people that didn't even know how many Champions Leagues Milan won and didn't even, they don't even know what the second star even means. This was not the fucking year to do it. Like the stars did not align this year. And it sucks because I mean maybe we can dream and can be positive, optimistic. But for me, it's difficult to do that when reality seems pretty.
Let me reply to this comment. It's not about skills, taking every individual players and comparing it with each other and saying who has more skills. It's not about that. It's about how compatible our players are with each other to build a team that is hard to beat and can win games. It's not about if Render is as good as Mkhitaryan. Fucking hell, probably Rangers is better than Mkhitaryan, but Mkhitaryan is more compatible with Barella and Çalhanoğlu to actually build a midfield that cannot concede goals. I don't think Acerbi is better than any of our defenders, but the formation around him allows him to perform better because it's a better team build. I don't think Summer is better than Mike Maignan, but the defense he has in front of him is better and more organized, or the midfield in front of the defense is better and more organized. I don't think Damian is an incredible defender or better than Calabria and Chao or whatever, you name it. But because he's surrounded by good players that cover him, or at least covers his lack of ability, makes the team better. No one is questioning if the right wing of Lazio is better than the right wing of Milan. The way the team is built, I'm pretty sure there is players that are much better than Calabria in this league. But Calabria years before used to perform better than them because the team was built well.
Yeah, listen, and also like as far as individuality, I do think that Inter has more than us. I do think so. Well, yeah, like I do think that they have. I mean, Lautaro is clearly the best.
I honestly, Roy, this is a conversation we, as a fan base, will never agree. So I don't even want to have this conversation. But the fact that the Inter players are more compatible with each other, so therefore they build a better team, which is hard to score goals and is good at scoring goals. That is a fucking fact because they've conceded just 10 goals and they've scored 50 goals.
Yeah, they've scored more goals than everybody else and they conceded less goals than everybody else.
They can go against me telling me that Mike Magnan is a better goalkeeper than Summer,
Well, yeah, I agree.
but
with
they
that.
cannot tell me that Mike Magnan has a better team than Summer in front of him, because the team of Summer has conceded 10 goals and scored 50. Mike Magnan's team has conceded 23 goals and scored, I don't know how many, 40. So it's not a better team. It's
Uh,
not well built.
it won't happen this season, Zendoplo. Maybe in the summer. In the summer, they have to bring in the right players and reshuffle the cards, but it's not going to just happen automatically out of the blue. Like the team
No,
has been built. The team
let
has
me
been
let me
built.
reply to this. It's not compatibility is not gonna happen. Reinders is not gonna be that player that will be compatible with Ruben and Adley, because Reinders is not that player. You need a player that covers Reinders' mistakes and elevates Reinders' abilities. And Adley, Ruben, or all our midfielders we have, they are not those players. It's not gonna happen. It's not something that they will grow in and become that players. Reinders will be an amazing midfielder if he has a Benacer or a Kessie or Tonali close to him that will run for him, challenge and recover the ball for him, and he can build the attack and go on quick transition. But the other players he has now, they're not able to do that. So it's not gonna happen with times. You need to buy the players that will do that.
Yeah, and yeah, of course, Inter's cycle will end. There's no doubt about that. Right now, they're in the top of their cycle. They're at the peak. They've reached the peak of their cycle, and it is what it is. I'm not saying, this season is. I'm just for me. Maybe I'm wrong, but for me, this season is done. It's done. It's finished. We've secured top four. Let's keep on winning as many games as we can, and let's think about next season. And I'm just going to have to fucking hide under my bed the day that Inter wins the Scudetto, because it's going to be the worst day of my life. Our mentality, too many changes in midfield, lack of a true six. Yeah.
I think the season is not finished yet. We still need to win a lot of games. I think we need to win as many games as possible now, because now we have one game a week. I think we need to collect as many points as possible right now. Thank God Lazio will have Champions League games. That would slow down them a bit. Plus, I think Lazio have some Coppa Italia games, or they're out.
Yeah. No, Laird, listen, I think that we are in a good place not to screw top four. Like, I think we solidified top four. I think we did.
No, because we need to win against Bologna and Frosinone. Because after that game, we will have a lot of games. We will start playing every 3 days. And I assume we will win the first round of Europa League.
I mean, top four, Laird, right now is 9 points away. No, sorry, 11 points away. No, 12,
yeah, but they have one game
points
less. They
12
have one
points
game
away.
less.
Oh yeah, they have one game less. Yeah.
So it's not. It's if Lazio wins the next game, they are still there. Of course, it's like what 9 points. So we have an advantage. I'm not lying. The problem is that we will start losing points when the Europa League comes.
Yeah, we gotta win. We gotta win for sure.
We gotta win now. Now that we have
gotta
one
win.
games every week, let's win all of them or as many as we can.
Yeah, for no doubt about that.
And probably we will get out of the Europa League, and at that point we will have a 5-6 games in a row. We will have a bump, like a reaction, an ego reaction to kind of try to win some games, and that will help us a lot for the final run of the season to seal that top four. But in between, I will say this: mid-February until end of April, we will lose a lot of points.
I think it won't be easy. I don't think we'll be perfect. I think, yeah, once you have to think of the Europa League, and most likely we're going to go through against Brest. What's that team called? Brest or whatever, Rennes.
Yeah, I think it's Rennes.
So most likely, if listen, I am expecting Milan to go pretty far in the Europa League. Okay, like, and I'm not. Listen, if Milan wins the Europa League, I'm going to smile. It's going to be good. Okay, but I'm not going to fucking celebrate that. All right, I'm not going to go in the streets and go, yeah, fuck yeah. No, that's a participation trophy.
I mean, you will see the people that will go out and celebrate in Milan. You will compare the.
I listen, and this is the other thing that I don't know, man. If it's because I was telling Paul I'm jealous of him. I'm jealous of him because he says this team is only missing a DM and a 9. Really, I don't get the doom and gloom brigade. Thing is, Paul is happy with winning these shit trophies. He doesn't care about the Champions League. He doesn't care about the Scudetto. He doesn't care if Inter wins the second star. He doesn't care if Inter becomes Villarreal. There's many fans that are like, I'm just a fan. It's about just being a fan. It's just about the colors. It's not about the achievements. It's about the colors. I don't care about the ownership. I don't care who the owner is. It's just about supporting Milan. Yeah, but I support Milan. But because I support Milan so much, Milan is not a regular team. Milan is a team that needs to be elite. Milan, I need to fucking feel like that. You know that feeling when you're in the Champions League games versus quarterfinals, you don't know what's going to happen, but that kind of excitement, that kind of adrenaline, that's the shit that Milan is. All this fucking bullshit of conceding all these goals in the Scudetto, having an ownership that doesn't care about your team, that just is using you to make a buck. Being excited about the Europa League after coming from the semifinals of the Champions League to being excited about the Euro. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I am jealous of the guys that are positive and are excited about this shit. I wish I was like that. I fucking wish I was like that. I just can't do it. I'm not going to settle for this. I'm not going to fucking settle for this. And yeah, and of course, guys, I'm not going to just forget how Maldini was treated. That shit ain't going to fly with me. No way. I mean, one thing is, okay, Maldini's treated that way, but the people in charge are like fucking super Milan fanatics, super football fanatics. All they want is the best. But they literally fired Maldini because Maldini was too ambitious for them. Because Maldini didn't want to play along with the whole Moneyball scheme, save money to try and win trophies. I mean, how the fuck does anybody get excited about this shit? And now that we're over halfway, we're out of the CL. Atalanta kicked us out. The Scudetto race, in my opinion, unless fucking Inter just completely drops the ball, the Scudetto race is done. The EL, I'm expecting Milan to go all the way, but I'm also pretty sure that we probably won't. Like, what the fuck do you want me to be excited about here? I'm looking forward to next season. I've checked out. I'm ready for next season. Wake me up when this shit is over. Let's go win the shit next season.
So Zen Duplo is saying that we are 3 points from our winning season. I just want to remind him the vibe there was that season at this point of the season. How people were so negative about the season and the team in this moment of the season. The year that we won the league. Do you remember? Was that period that this was a period when we actually lost against Spezia because the referee had that massive mistake. Yeah. And you remember the negativity around that team. And still had 3 more points than this team. And this team is more loved than that team at that time. So I don't understand the reason why.
But listen, like
please let me finish. That team has conceded less goal at that point than this team. Milan conceded less goal at this moment of the season.
But even listen, these things and compare. Okay, last season this, 2 seasons that. Like, what does that mean? Like, what means is what's happening now. Like, you know. I mean, I don't see why use those things and try to look at it. The
Not
only thing that can revive me right now is if Inter just fucking starts dropping the ball. If I see Inter just fucking start losing game after game and they start completely dropping the ball, that will revive me. That will revive me back. That's the only thing I can see that can revive me back into life. Because right now, I am dreading the moment of seeing. You know what? You know what my worst nightmare is? That Inter wins the league 2 days in advance and they play the last 2 games with that shirt. With I cannot fucking imagine seeing Inter playing with the shirt with 2 stars on it. I cannot fucking imagine that. That is going to break my heart. If Inter starts to lose points and completely drop the ball, I think that will revive me. Otherwise, I'm just preparing myself, dude. I'm preparing myself because I'm not going to enjoy this summer. I'm not going to enjoy this. And then Italy is playing in the Euros. Italy is probably going to drop the ball, lose to Albania, lose to Croatia, lose to. It's going to be the fucking worst summer in the world for me, dude.
why, man. It's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Let's see what some of these guys said. Roy, stop lying on Paul's name. If you think about, we just had 3-point run winning season. What's up, guys? Did you all see the game with Madrid and Almeria? How Madrid won that game is beyond the referee had on Los Blancos getting on the uniform. Yeah, I read about the referee and very dubious decisions. I didn't see it, but I read about it. What is going now is not good enough for Milan. Yeah, 100%. Roy, I agree. I guess I would like to have status of Real Madrid or Munich. I'm the same actually. I'm never sure if we win, lose, or draw any game. Actually, I can't wait for that, but I'm enjoying the wins anyway. Yeah, no, it's fine, dude. Listen, I did not see the game yesterday, so I wasn't able to like enjoy it or to live it. I'm sure if I was watching it, I would have maybe felt differently. I just remember looking at the table after we're 2 goals down, or after they scored the second goal, and looking at the difference in goal conceded, and that just I was like, damn. But whatever. I'm not gonna lie, Manyan has been making mistakes that can't argue. Did he make mistakes yesterday, Manyan?
I don't think he made mistakes. It's just, you know, a good goalkeeper when he's not extremely good in some games, so it doesn't save your ass. It looks like he's having a bad game. But I don't remember him being, you know, the 2 goals he conceded. I don't think he has any fault. I don't think if he saves them, is amazing, which it is done, but not because he made any mistake at the end of the day. The the second goal was Reinders and Theo Hernandez's fault. They got like a dribble like ghost, or at least they made mistakes there. And at that point, Mike Mañana has nothing to do with the goal. It's impossible for him to save that. If he saves it, he's a superhero. And on the first goal, I think was a great goal. So even there, I know Mike has the ability and the quality to save that goal, but that doesn't mean that was easy to save. It's not.
I also read somewhere that after the racist incident, Milan dropped. Is this true? Did you notice that?
I don't think I noticed. I think the level of the game dropped because it's an interruption. You know, Mike Mañana stops out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, meaning no one realized that was happening.
Man, they should have like stopped the game and got him the 3 points forfeit.
Yeah, but Udinese players don't have any fault on that.
Huh.
I mean, it's unfair. You know what I mean? Because they are playing for a season. They are playing for their salary. They are paying for their career. They should not be.
Maybe that's what they should do. There you go. That's the solution right there. You do racist shit in the stadium, your team loses the game. Forfeit game, boom, basta. that will stop. That will stop people from doing racist shit at the stadium.
I think I have one opinion. First of all, Antonio is here. How's it going, Antonio?
It's going well. I'll speak after you.
Yeah, I have a clear opinion. So Udinese, they own their own stadium, so they have full responsibility of what's going on inside that building because they own it.
Yeah.
So they should be punished financially, with points, whatever. Just punish them as hard as you can, so they will find a way to keep these people outside the stadium because it's punishing their business. On the other side, a lot of clubs, they don't own the stadium, they don't own the infrastructure, so they don't have the power to actually operate, like Nathan said, putting camera and stopping this issue. So you cannot punish them. But if you own the stadium and things like this is happening, I think you should go full, like 10 million. You're paying 10 million and you give it to all the other clubs. You're not playing. We're playing empty stadium for the
But
next.
what do you
5
think
years.
about like literally stopping the game?
No, because
You lose a forfeit 3-0. I think fans would, the fans would revolt again. The fans of the team, like the Udinese fans, would revolt against the fans that are doing racist chants.
no, because it's not fair on professional players. They have no zero fault. The Udinese players have zero fault. I don't
The
want
issue with
to.
that, light though, is that you give them a fine of 10 million, but those fans that go to the stadium and do racist chants,
No, because who knows? They do it
won't care,
again, man.
They
They
won't
do it
care,
again.
man.
No, because if you give 10 million fans Pozzo, if you damage his pocket, he starts finding a solution. He starts seeing who the fuck is doing this. They got these people. I'm not selling the ticket to them. I'm not selling the season ticket.
Mm.
I'm not selling it, or I'm going to them and I'll send the price. I'll raise the price 50% higher. They will pay the fine. I'll put cameras everywhere in that side of the pitch, so I can find out who is there, and I'll put him out. I'll actually get security, so if I hear people doing racist chant, I'll bring them outside the stadium straight away, because I don't want to lose 10 million revenues out of nowhere because 5 idiots drunk are just
But
being
like
idiots.
they already do these kind of fines. Like what don't they
No,
already
no,
have?
no. They're putting fines on clubs. If you put a fine on a club that owns the stadium, they will do something. Milan cannot get a fine. Milan doesn't own San
Okay,
Siro.
but if it happens at Milan, at the San Siro, if it's
Well, that
Milan,
should be different. That should be a different punishment because Milan doesn't own San Siro. Milan cannot put cameras on the stadium to check who is being racist. Udinese can do that. They have the privilege. The region gave them the privilege to build the stadium. They should hold responsibility.
Well, I'll be honest, man. I'm liking my idea right now. I mean, I'm seeing what you're saying. I think it's reasonable. I know what I'm saying maybe is a little bit extreme, but I think that these guys, if they know that they're going to do racist chants, that the game will stop, and they're going to be the reason the team loses that day 3-0, they won't do that shit anymore. They won't.
Dude, they wouldn't care, man. They will do it again.
Well, so then the team loses, and then they're going to get.
But because they don't think like me and you, man. Me and you will stop doing something wrong because our personal life get damaged. These people don't think like this, man. For them, going to the stadium is just being rebel and making noise.
Right. But you're also going to have the repercussion of the other fans of the team, right?
No, because other
Why not?
people are because those people are violent and aggressive. The other ones are
but
honest people.
Right. But there's going to be the vast majority of people are going to be like, "What the fuck, you guys? Why are you doing this?"
No,
It's going to put a lot of pressure on people to stop doing this stuff. What did the English do with the hooligans? What was their thing? How did they sort it out?
really strict laws, and the clubs have responsibility to make sure these rules are followed because they own stadiums. Simple as that. The clubs own their own stadium, so they have direct responsibility to the fans to make sure it doesn't happen. Or they will get massive fines, and the people that get and by the way, British clubs own their stadium, so they put cameras everywhere, so they can find out who does that, and put that person out of the stadium and never come back.
Yeah. Anyway. Fadinho says Roy Inter and Juve are bound to lose points, but yet again, so are we. When the Europa League kicks in, we might get some more injuries too. Yeah, I agree.
I just want to say something. I don't want to find a solution for racism, because I think comes from ignorance. People being super ignorant, and I'm not gonna solve that issue in the next 2 months. Probably, I'm that issue will be solved in the next 150 years, when everyone will be brown and black. My issue here is to make sure that football clubs, especially the ones that have full control of their stadium and their structure, do everything possible to make sure that these people don't go inside of a stadium. So Mike Magnan can be a professional football player without any abuse. That's the only thing I want. And that should be for every business. A restaurant, if a restaurant sees a client being racist towards someone, they should be able to take that person and kick him out of the restaurant and not let him come back. That's how it should be a stadium. That's how it should be I don't know, a club, a nightclub, a bar, everything like that.
I mean, this here is not. You're actually not wrong here, Zendupolo. You can have other teams compromise. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yeah. Anyway, it's a difficult.
Hey guys,
thing
I
to
have a
solve.
solution.
What's up, Antonio? How you doing?
Good. I want to speak on this for a second.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
For me, I have a very realistic and very simple solution. Like, I think this is the most practical. They need to ban so here's the thing. So you tell the curva, because it was in their curva, right? For this instance, right? It was behind the goal.
Yeah.
You ban the curva. I'm not saying the whole thing for like forever, but like at least for a game or two or a few games until. And you also tell them that unless the people specifically admit to themselves, and then they get lifetime bans if they admit it, but then the rest of the curva can come back. But for me, you have to it has to be very serious, but also I think that's a pretty realistic thing. I know you lose money, but you need to, if you want to be serious about it, I think the league should step in and make that a sort of rule that people need to get banned at this point because there's no other solution behind it.
That rule exists already, Antonio.
Are they going to do it? Because I'm saying the entire curva should be banned unless they.
I'm sorry, man, but if I'm not being racist, why I should be banned?
You should be banned because.
Why?
Because you need to increase. It's unfortunate, but you have to increase the precautions.
Antonio, what do you think I'm gonna do if I get?
At least if you ban them, you get the racist people. I mean, at this point.
But what about if I'm not racist, man? I'm not.
It doesn't matter if there's if.
What do you mean doesn't matter?
Because I'm not saying indefinitely everyone gets banned, but at least for a few games they need to be banned.
No, man, you need to ban the person that is actually racist forever, and the person that is not racist, you should not ban.
You can't do that. That's the problem. And so
you should. That's the whole point. You should tell the club to find a way to do it.
Oh,
and
I
until
agree.
you don't do it,
I'm not saying that's wrong.
Until you don't do it, you get fined 10 million every time. Something like that happens.
Now, for what currently exists, that's what needs to happen. They need to ban the curva for a good amount for at least a few games, unless they admit who did it. But of course, in the long run, if every club had cameras, that'd be good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
But the curva does not have like the determined line that you can decide. From that line, no one is a curva. The other side is.
I know. I would ban the people sitting in the portion behind the goal, the portion a little bit I'd have to see a map of the stadium, but you can kind of see on the screen where a majority of the people are being yelling and are close enough for the goalie to hear them. I think I think you can make that distinction at least enough so that I know it's unfortunate for people who weren't doing that, but you need to also do something because they need to show that there's some actual punishment. In the future, if you want to add cameras, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that for now, that's what they have to do. That's all they can do, and I think they
No,
need to.
what I'm saying is that if you want those cameras, you need to put a 10 million fine to Udinese. Straight away, this is a 10 million fine. Udinese will make 2 weeks to put that cameras on, working. And no one will talk because they will put a fucking sign that if you're being racist or discriminating anyone in the stadium, you will get banned forever. And these 20 cameras in front of you will find you. And you will see that people will not gonna do anything. Even if though these people are racist, they will not show it. That's the reality. But if you put the curva out, the Udinese is gonna be like, fine, I paid my dues. Let's move on.
What do we have any official statements of what is being done about this particular incident? Do you guys know? Have you read anything?
No, we don't know because I don't think even the Lega knows what to do. I guess the Lega is trying to find out who these people are and try to ban them as quick as possible. And probably they are talking.
I'm
Oh yeah.
actually, I'm actually reading an article right now. Let me see what it says. Adesso sarà giudice. So right now, the sporting judicial whatever is going to decide if punishing subito I tifosi o chiede un ampliamento di. Hold on, let me read this. Give me a second.
Share the article, man. It's easy. Put it on ChatGPT.
I don't have ChatGPT. I haven't used it yet. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Are you scared to use it?
No. I mean, AI is the devil.
Shut up.
Did you guys talk about the game already?
Yeah, it's too late, Antonio. I'm sorry. You want to give your opinion?
It was fun. I was frustrated, but it's one of those things where Udinese clearly we don't have any way to play against them. I feel like they're very physical, and we didn't have an answer to their physicality. But then, at least they don't have a lot of quality though. I mean, Dovan, who does have quality, but he's like I don't know how old he is now. The fact that he scored against us after he did not literally chose Mexico over us was funny to me. I thought it was a little bit silly that we let him do that. It was clearly a defensive mistake, but yeah, I thought that Udinese, if they had more quality, would have lost that game. But at least we scored those scrappy goals in the end. I think I'm not saying we didn't deserve to win, but it was fun, but I think we could have done better throughout the game. They were pretty much they played a good game against us. We didn't really dominate them. And I'm happy about Okafor. I think Okafor. I mean, although the injuries are a big problem, but I do like his ability to finish. He may not be the best at other things, but he's pretty clinical when he gets opportunities because that finish was really calm and super fast and direct in the end.
That's cool. Roy, are you getting
Jovic
anything?
did well too.
I'm reading this, but it's not saying much.
Yeah, it basically they are dwelling on doing a straight punishment to everyone, like Antonio was saying, or wait and try to get all the people that did that and punish just them properly. Like they're like, should we just go for 3 empty games for Udinese at home just to punish everyone? Or we should just wait, get the people properly, and punish them a lot. Basically, that's what they're trying to decide.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it says.
In both cases, they will do it anyway. They're just unsure if they should punish the entire club, the whole supporters, the whole stadium.
Yeah, sucks because yeah, must have been an ugly sight to see.
I didn't notice it, to be honest. I had my audio was pretty low. So anyway, I just saw Mike Magnan being like super upset, leaving the pitch. Um, I don't know if all Milan fans left Milan players left the pitch. I didn't see that because the camera was always on a close up to the referee and to other people. I didn't see if all the Milan player left the stadium, the pitch. I don't know if somebody can help me.
You know, Laird, Antonio once told me that he thinks people that smoke weed should get the death penalty.
Why?
Antonio, why did you say
I never said that. What are you talking about?
You wanna kill all United States?
that? Right, the whole of California.
That wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm just kidding.
Um,
Even the
did
people that the judge should be, not have enough people to kind of
how did Udinese play?
execute people.
Did Udinese play terrible? Were they playing bad?
Udinese.
Yeah.
It's a weird team, Udinese, this season. I'll be honest, Antonio. What do you think? It's like
Yeah, because they lost like almost every game.
it's a bit like us. It looks like there is a lot of potential, but they look a bit fragile in some parts of the pitch. They easily
Yeah.
concede goals.
I think they have talent, but they also have a lot of like players who are really fast and strong. Like Wallace, that guy's still around. I mean, they're not the best players. They don't have the most quality, but they're able to like they can defend pretty well. But I think the only games they won this year against Bologna and against us, if I remember correctly. I don't know. They are good against teams that play a lot and with the ball because they can probably counter them and they can defend, but they don't really have like enough quality. But I think against us, I don't know. The thing that kind of frustrates me is that every time we play them, it's always I feel like they're one of those teams that they really frustrate us. Like, and I think it's the way we just don't really adapt. We stand a little bit too much. We don't run. They ran more than us yesterday, so that was a little bit. It just seemed like I don't know. That game could have been bad if we hadn't. At least we had the right mentality to score those goals. But I wasn't too impressed because we should be finding a way to beat them easily if they, considering how bad they are this season.
Yeah, I don't know if they are bad this season or they've been unlucky. Because, for example, against us, they've been extremely unlucky. They, at the end of the day, they were winning 2-1. Even on a 2-2, they secured almost a point against us, and that thing happened. So it's maybe one of those seasons when they do well game-wise, but they don't collect enough points. They're kind of unlucky. So I don't know about Udinese, to be fair. I'm not following a lot Udinese this season.
Let me see.
But it
what
looked
they
like
are
that
in
type
there.
of team. That midfielder that scored against us, the first
Samardzic.
goal, he's a good player, man.
Samardzic
I've
is
seen him
going
score.
to Napoli, I think. Right?
I don't know if it's a done deal. I've seen him score the goals like that a few times where he just can use both feet. He can dribble through the middle and then set him up. He's good, man. Like he's got quality.
He
my
is really
God.
young as well. He's like
Oh,
21 or 22, something like
hey,
that.
hey. People can tell me I got the Roman prediction right, but I might get the Udinese prediction right. They're
What?
they're 1 point away from relegation.
I don't know. It looks like they have enough talent to don't get relegated, in my
I mean,
opinion.
yeah, they do. I mean, it's hard, it's hard to see them relegate. Yeah. Well, it's a tight race down there. It's a tight race. Damn. Even Sassuolo has to watch out. Sassuolo is 2 points away from relegation. Udinese.
Man, the table is weird this season, man.
Yeah. Hello,
Anyone
Roy
is like
Laird.
this. From Genova until Verona or Cagliari is like what? 7 points?
Yeah, it's close. Raul is here. He says, "Hello, Roy Laird. Great to see us win, but I don't see good performances often similar to the one against PSG or first game against Inter last season." What's up, Raul? How you doing? Udinese is a team that is trying to copy Inter but has no players and coach for that.
Yeah, the team doesn't give me the vibe of being a team that will win a trophy.
Who?
Milan.
What about the EL? I mean, listen, I think
No.
that the EL, I still think that we are obligated to win the EL.
No, we're not gonna win the EL because there will be a point in the season we need to decide which best team we should play.
Well, if one thing that can happen is if the table stays similar like this and we are, more than 10 points away from top 5, then obviously the EL will be priority.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that will be moments in the season that will be like 6 points from first or second place, like really close to the top of the table.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then you have to go for the Scudetto. Yeah.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. They were not gonna do that because they will be like, we're still in a quarterfinal of Europa League against a good team, so we need to balance the two teams: the team that will play in on Thursday, and the team that will play on Monday or Sunday. So they will do that, and most of the time you bleed on one side. You don't rarely you win both the games or get a convincing performance.
When
both.
does that start again? Mid-February?
I think mid-February is one of the first games. So I guess mid-February, end of February, we have a Rennes, which should be an easy one.
Well, Antonio was pretty confident we're going to lose that game.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
No, we
worried.
should beat them. But my point is, like, I agree with Laird. It's like we can't handle 2 competitions. Like, so if you go into those competitions without like the right mentality, those teams, like, that's literally the only positive they have this season.
All right,
is
well,
the Europa League, and so they're going to be like they're going to try their absolute hardest.
to play devil's advocate, what if Milan is free of injuries and they have their whole team available?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I don't think our starting 11 can be good and collect a lot of points. The moment you put people from the bench, you start losing points. You can see it against Atalanta. Against Atalanta, we put players like Musa, Jimenez, and I think Jovic started, and we lost against Atalanta. The game against Roma, we put our best starting 11, we won. Now, even if you have all the injuries, all the players injured back, you're still gonna have a best starting 11. And plus, Pioli will not gonna be like, it's not gonna be like, I play Tomori in Europa League, I play Gabbia in Serie A. He will play Tomori in Europa League and Tomori in Serie A. The problem is Tomori will be tired, will be not 100%. I think Teo Hernandez will play all the games and he will get tired. I don't think we're gonna be injury free as well. So a lot of things will happen. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, being injury free is a long shot for sure. All right, let's see who our next opponents are. Let's get a good idea of what this is going to look like. So we just played Udinese. All right, so we have Bologna next. Then we have Frosinone. Then we have Napoli, Monza, Atalanta again, Lazio. I mean, it's a fairly. Oh, great! We have Inter and Juventus back to back. That's awesome in April. Our last games of the Serie A, they couldn't be any easier. Genoa, Cagliari, Torino, Salernitana. I mean, if we fuck up these 4 games, then Jesus, Lord have mercy. Roy, is the Milan sale done? 80% sale done. The rumors so far are saying that since Cardinale lost one of his investors, he is struggling to pay back his vendor's loan. It looks like that this Saudis are coming in to take advantage of this, and they're going to start with a minority stake, which is going to be a majority stake in the summer. So that's what they want to do.
I think if the Saudi comes in with the minority, they will get it all.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They're going to start with the minority and then go with the majority. At least this is what they're writing. So,
Hopefully,
Laird, was Longoni? So is Longoni a good journalist?
no, because it hasn't happened yet.
Oh fuck, dude. What are you? Do you think this is going to happen or not? What do you think?
I think it looks too good to be true, so
Yeah,
I don't
me
think it's
too.
gonna happen.
I feel the exact same way.
And if people knows how Italians are in terms of how superstitious we are, I will always say that will never happen,
Yeah.
even when it happened.
Now, just speaking logistically speaking, like, so the numbers right now that they're putting up is 1.6 billion.
A great deal for Jerry.
Yeah. That's a tremendous deal for Jerry. How could
He
he
will
say
make-
no to that?
Yeah, he will make 400 million.
I don't see him say no to that. Why would he say no to that? That is, if that is true, first of all, if that is true, that's a guaranteed 400, because he's got no guarantees he's going to make money in the end. It's all a gamble. Investment projects are all gambles. But if someone comes in and commits 1.6 billion to you, yeah, that's money in your bank. You're making money. Like you won. Jerry wins. Jerry makes his money.
Yeah, 400 million in a year. Divide that to the investors. Everyone is happy. Everyone gets a big chunk of profit.
And he has a million, and he has well, he has to pay. He pays half of it to whoever.
Oh yeah, he will pay the 1.2 billion back, because that's how much he bought Milan, and gets the 400 million to his capital, which Redbird came in when they bought Milan. Their value was what, 2 billion. They will go out of this situation with 2 billion and a half value.
Where did you read this? Jerry wants 2.5 bill. I think you mean billion. I haven't seen this.
Yeah,
The PIF doesn't want to be a minority. They want full ownership from Redbird. So far from now till summer, an evaluation will take place, then we will see. Yeah, I feel the same way. Too good to be true. So I'm going to keep my feet grounded. But I am very much so looking forward to the day AC Milan will be treated like the club it deserves to be treated. I'm looking forward to that day. It's been too long now.
Is any like Fabrizio Romano or
No, the last things came out from La Repubblica.
okay, it's still a newspaper. It's important.
La Repubblica was pretty much saying what Longoni was saying, just 2 weeks later. With
Yeah,
with
I think
Leonardo
Longoni
being-
got the news from someone.
Yeah. He said Longoni was saying that he this news was being given to him via a source that he trusted a lot. Essentially, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, he's definitely a big source, because that news is going out on other newspapers.
Right.
Other news of Longoni were not going out of other newspapers, at least like La Repubblica or things like that. So, and is a bold news. He's not linking a player with the team. He is actually saying a financial movement, which is
Right.
massive.
And it makes sense because what was that healthcare company that Kaiser Permanente? They were supposed to give. They were supposed to commit 250 million or something like that to Jerry, but they backed out. So now Jerry has to find. They have to find someone, and right now the people that are interested are the PIF. So let's see what happens.
I mean, all the pharmaceutical healthcare companies are down in the stock market, like badly.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. They did a boom in during the pandemic. Now they're completely smashed.
So does this mean they want to do another? They need to do another pandemic?
No, man, they just need you guys to be poor and sad, and they will make money again. So don't worry, man. Americans are getting poor and sad, so they will
Well,
make money.
I'm poor and sad right now, dude.
So they will sell a lot of Prozac, Viagra, and how's it called, the other one? Valium, so you guys can chill and accept your faith, and they will make money again. Don't worry.
I've accepted my fate.
Yeah.
I've accepted it.
They just need America to be sad and sick, and they will raise again.
They're doing a very good job at it.
Yeah,
I hear there's a new disease X coming about. It's called Disease X. It's going to be the new one. It's going to come and destroy everybody.
the army industry is completely fine, man.
The military industrial complex.
Oh yeah, they got 200 billion from the government. I mean, the government borrowed to Ukraine. Ukraine spent it to United States.
Oh yeah, they're doing good business. They're always doing good business.
So funny how US borrows 200 billion to a country, but that country has to spend it in US. So the economy in US goes well.
It's clever, huh?
It's clever, no? So you can keep your major industries, the army industry and the pharmaceutical, keep going in the toughest moment.
Yep. Well, let's see. Let's see if this news is true with Leonardo and Maldini, the PIF. That would be something. That'd be incredible. It's too good to be true. It can't be true because it's too good to be true.
I
Because
mean, the fact that they will buy Milan and they will bring Maldini back is just like porn football.
yeah. So, and another thing that is very interesting is that Maldini was recently spotted with Massara at a volleyball game. So they're still, together, working together maybe. And I think they're scheming. Leonardo's involved. So that if you have PIF, they don't give a shit about making money with Milan. They don't need Milan to make money. They're not going to use Milan to make money. Milan, to them, is probably worth like what to a normal person $1 is worth. Like the amount of capital and resources these guys have, Milan is not worth anything to them. So it's just going to be a prestige project and nothing else, a toy, and that's the way it should be. And you have Maldini, Massara, Leonardo in there. Forget about it, man. We're back in the discussion with Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern. Europe will crumble. Europe will tremble when they.
I mean, them buying Milan the summer that Mbappe goes out on a free is massive.
Oh yeah, you want to dream even more, lad? What are you trying to imply here?
I mean, this is not dreaming. If they buy Milan, they will go for Mbappe. It's like a fact. Because the dude is on a free. It's not financial fair play on that. Dude is on a free.
That'd be crazy.
They can pay him with other ways, not just a salary. So that goes outside the books of the club.
That would be insane. Imagine. Would Maldini keep Ibrahimovic? This is a really good question. Ibrahimovic doesn't work for Milan. He works for Redbird. So I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I wonder what Ibra is doing, by the way. What is his job? What is his position? I see him coming and watching the games. I don't know.
Well, his contract is with Redbird. He's working with Redbird, and he's also a consigliere for Jerry in AC Milan. His job is basically to send texts to Pioli and say, "How's the team doing? Is it looking good?" Pioli says, "Yeah, it looks great." Oh, okay, see you at the stadium. That's his job right now.
That's a good comment, by the way. The CEO of City left, went to Man United.
Woo!
Guardiola is leaving.
Telenovela.
Guardiola is leaving as well. And probably a lot of players will leave. I think City is going to just completely disappear from the map or something like that. I don't know what's going to happen to City.
Wait. What's going on?
They are getting like some sanctions for financial fair play.
Yeah, but those sanctions, Larry, they're chump change.
No. It's not. It's not financial. They will be like penalized with points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is a risk they cannot make it to Champions League and lose a league title and get like minus 20, 30 points next season.
Damn. Right. Imagine if Ibra has to resign from Redbird if he wants to continue in Milan. Yeah. Imagine if Pep leaves, Maldini picks him up. Imagine if the next Milan. Now, guys, this is completely dreaming to the point of literally jinxing it. But imagine if Maldini comes and he brings Pep Guardiola as the coach and Mbappe.
So they're saying relegation for Man City.
City has 150 allegations. If it's true, then it's relegation.
It's like Juventus that time in 2006. Relegation.
Wait. No, Juventus had that was a scandal. That wasn't. That was like their,
Yeah, but this is a financial scandal. They've been cheating financially, basically.
are they doing like the capital gain scheme? Is that what it is, or what?
Yeah, they did like a scheme to bump their revenue so they can avoid the financial fair play, the domestic financial fair play. So the English Premier League financial fair play. Because UEFA, they just paid UEFA to shut the fuck up. And UEFA did like, oh, nothing happened. But the English Premier League just punished Everton, I think, or they're close to punish Everton. So I don't know.
Wow, very curious to see what happens. That means that there's going to be a lot of good players looking for clubs. Yeah.
Oh,
also
wow.
the Premier-
Pioli has won 100 games.
Yeah. That's true. So the game against Udinese was Pioli's 100th game. He's got a really good record. I think it was something like a really good record. Let me see it. I saw it on Facebook.
Why people complain about Pioli, man? I think we could not. We've been so lucky to get Pioli after Gianpaolo, man. That was such a literally. That was luck. These things you cannot plan. If Pioli had a proper ownership after winning the league, they will give him a lot of money to build a serious team.
Yeah.
Imagine, Roy, after winning the league, they give you 120 million to spend so you can make your team even better.
And they don't wait till the last minute to renew the DS's contract. They actually
Yeah,
do it.
they just
They do it
renew
five-
the DS.
They do it 5 months in advance instead of the last minute. And then they give you 120 million. Bruh, we
Yeah.
would have. You know what pisses me off the most, Light? That right now, you know what we'd be fighting for, Light? And I'm fucking sure about it. You know what
To
we would
sign
be fighting
Mbappe.
for? No. We would be fighting for the 21st Scudetto right now. if they would have
Oh
done
yeah.
things properly. Right
I
now,
mean,
this season, we would have already had 2 stars on our shirt, and we would be fighting for the 21st Scudetto.
dude, we win the Scudetto. You renew Kessie. You spend 120 million. With 120 million, you can buy Botman and the striker and the young number 10 or whatever that competes with Diaz. And as you say, you win the 20th Scudetto. Bang.
Yeah.
And now you're fighting for the 21st Scudetto, adding more money, more funds to try to win the Champions League this time.
Yep.
That is a fucking improvement. Not this shit show that has been happening in the last, I don't know, 2 years.
I'm not seeing this thing here. I saw it earlier. I can't remember what Milan Facebook page it was. But anyway, his stats are really good. 100 victories. And the ratio between victories and losses is really good. It's a really good ratio.
Yeah, it's really high, man. It's insane. Because I think Ancelotti didn't have a great ratio. I think Ancelotti had a grade, in terms of points, Ancelotti had a grade 2005, 2005, 2006. He had a great ratio. And after that, 2007, 8, and 9 were really bad. Like top 4 or not even one season. And the season before, when we won the Champions League, we finished 4th, 2003.
Yeah, look, Pioli obviously. No, I think we've said it here before. Like Pioli has left his mark. He's etched himself in the history of this club. I don't think anybody can really say anything negative about what he's done. I mean, he's a coach that brought us back to the Champions League. He's a coach that won us a Scudetto, the 19th Scudetto. He is the coach that had to suffer this new ownership. So yeah, overall, Pioli did a great job in the end. You know, he surpassed my expectations. That's for sure.
Okay, that's the stats. So he did the same as Ancelotti. In the first 165 games, he won 100.
What's this chunk here? What is he saying? I already wrote this 2 weeks ago, but I've been told that both Milan and Inter are in advanced negotiations with Arab investors. I don't know how much, if it's for a minority or majority stake.
I've been told from who? Tell us more.
But he did specify that it's almost a done deal and I have no reason to doubt him. He was an important football figure not so long ago, and right now he's close to the Arab world as a consultant. Give us names, Chunk. Don't worry.
Come on,
we won't
Chunk.
tell anyone.
Give us the name.
We won't tell anyone.
No one follows us anyway, Chunk. After we've been against the ownership, no one follows us. So just give us the name, and
Right.
no one will know anyway. So don't worry.
It's we'll keep it a secret.
We'll die there in the internet. No one will know. Wouldn't be right for me to tell you. When did we care about what is right for you, man? What is right for the Milan fans, man? Not for you. No, honest, man.
Do it for our health. I need it
Dude,
for my health.
honestly, man. Just DM us on Twitter, and me and Roy, we're not gonna tell anyone.
Yeah.
We at the end when it happens, we will tell people that you told us that you were the inside.
Look, I'm not here claiming to know anything. I'm just looking at it from a logical point of view. Once this Kaiser Permanente group drops out, obviously Jerry has to find different solutions. Obviously, he's open for another entity to come in. And it kind of feels like a fairy tale. Maldini, Leonardo Massara working with this PIF to come and get Milan. Kind of feels like a movie. But at the same time, isn't that really far-fetched?
No, I've always been confident. The moment the rumor started, I always been confident that it's clear that Jerry wants to sell because the guy is an idiot. He doesn't realize what it means to run a football club. So he's losing money. And I know because the economy is completely collapsing for the next 2 years. It's going to be like a disaster, a massive disaster. So the guy is on a 700 million debt on a recession. Economical crisis is not going to be able to pay that. No chance. So because investors are going to just disappear. They will go just on sure things like fucking Bitcoin, gold, and tech. They will not go on fucking football and sport to invest.
In Italy.
Or anyway, entertainment.
Yeah,
Entertainment is in Italy. So my problem is who is gonna buy and how the operation will happen. If it's a minority or they will buy the whole club. I mean, if the Arabs give him 700 million as an investment, they basically own the club because they will take the cake, the slice of Elliot, which is a big chunk.
Ooh, oh my God. Elliot will be out of the club. Wow. Elliot will be finally out of the club.
Well, Elliot will be out there buying something, man. So I'll be worried for that. For that something that is gonna be eaten by Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot. It's crazy.
Dude, Elliot can come and buy the company I work for, and I get fired after defending them for 2 years and a half.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I see it being a possibility. I do think he bit more than he could chew. I think he thought this was going to be really easy. Buy a club, hire Brad Pitt to do the Moneyball thing. It's Hollywood. It's going to be easy. Data and stats, save money, and you're going to be cooking. You're going to be winning everything. Easy, easy, easy. You're going to go back to the semifinals of the Champions League. You're going to win the Scudetto. Nope. No. That's not how it works. You got to know what you're doing. You got to at least know that Milan has won 7 Champions Leagues before buying the club. At least that. So he's saying, no, it's right. Well, it wouldn't even make a difference if I told you the name. There's a high chance you don't even know him. And by the way, you could probably find.
Of course I know.
Longoni?
No, he's talking about an ex football player that now is in the Arab world.
Leonardo, that's the guy.
No, I don't think Chunk. I would think maybe Clarence Seedorf, but I know him, so I don't think it's him. Must be someone that is not well known, but it works as a consultant in Saudi.
Not an
He's an ex-footballer.
So he said not an ex-footballer.
Oh, he's not an ex-footballer. Okay. Oh, therefore we don't need the name though. That can be anyone.
Well, then tell us the name because nobody's gonna care.
No, but people can go and fucking chase him on LinkedIn and bullshit like that, man.
No, they won't.
What? Don't do it, man. Actually, he's not gonna do it anyway. So
come on, give us hints. Give us hints, dude.
No. Leave it, man. If he's not an ex-footballer,
listen, guys. I need something here. I need something. Give me something.
Well, he's telling you that this person is well connected, so it's.
Edison says PIF would first do a 500 million minority stake and put 300 million in transfer market.
I don't know.
Another interesting thing, Lart, is that Massara. Now I don't know how sure this is, but Massara rejected the Roma offer.
Dude, he doesn't work. He doesn't want to work with Americans anymore. He's like, fuck that. He was crying. You remember that night that he was crying in the bench?
Yeah. After Velazquez game.
He's like, I cannot deal with these idiots anymore. I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, something is being cooked up. Something is being cooked up. Some kind of pasta alla bolognese is being cooked up.
Man, I hope so, man. It's just
Redbird is
It's tick-
facing Redbird is facing the heat with sponsors backing out, recession happening, presidential election on the doors with a possible war happening too. Redbird will cash out. Yeah, Redbird is not that big of a company, guys. I mean, it is big. Let's not fool ourselves. But I mean, just look at this, because I was doing some research on the Inter ownership. Sunning makes in revenue a year. This is just revenue, like 20 billion a year in revenue. Redbird's assets net worth is 7 billion. So just what what Sunning makes in revenue is almost 4 times as much as what Redbird is worth. That's just revenue. That's revenue. That's not net worth. That's revenue. It's the difference between some of these companies is huge. So a company that doesn't need Milan to make money is really the ideal, especially if all this shit is happening, recessions, and all this stuff.
Dude, Milan is getting bought by a fund, by a state fund. And the state fund that is buying Milan has bought 30% of US dollars. So they are fucking covered for the next 10 years. No one can touch them. If somebody touch them, there is thousands of Americans bombing their country.
Jeez.
So no one can touch them. They're paying your debt. Plus, they're buying your company so they're bailing out your company so they don't fail. That is a state that is going to be protected by European Union and United States and their ally around the world. You're getting by something that cannot fail for the next 20 years.
Yeah. Well, let's see, man. Let's hope. Is Napoli Mourinho marriage happening? I haven't heard about this.
Jesus
Is this
Christ.
what they're saying?
That is the time that De Laurentiis get killed or Mourinho get killed.
Now, Napoli is not built for these kind of coaches. Like Napoli has a roster. You need you need offensive coach for Napoli. You cannot bring defensive coaches at Napoli. De Laurentiis is fucking one of the dumbest people. He has to be one of the dumbest people in football. Like you have a team that the best strength of your team is playing offensive football, and you brought in Garcia, who's more defensive. You brought in Mazzarri, who's more defensive, and now Mourinho, who is the ultimate. Bruh, this guy's. I almost would rather have Jerry Cardinale than De Laurentiis at this point.
Honestly, man, I think De Laurentiis is a clever person. His ego is fucking him up. But as a person, he's clever. He's a clever businessman. But his ego went too far. He's like, he won a league and he thinks he won 5 Champions Leagues, man. So
it is a problem. That thing about, in Italy, there is a little bit of this issue in Italy, right? Like is Italian culture almost this resting on your laurels.
yeah, he thinks like, it's all me. I won the league, dude. Spalletti is the coach that won the league. The players on the pitch are the one that won the league, not you. The sporting director that left won the league.
Yeah, now
It's
it's
just
you.
Yeah.
MMG says, haven't watched a game since Newcastle. Saw headlines of Man Serie A always in bad light. Yeah, it's every year gonna have these incidents. They don't stop. PIF is a government fund that owns Aramco, ARAMCO, which is the biggest oil company. Go figure. Yeah, it's AC Milan for them is more like a prestige thing. It's a toy. It's not. That's all it is. It just and that's good. That's football. Football is a game. It's not supposed to be fucking investment projects, and I don't want to even talk about that shit, bro. Why was Spalletti sacked in the first place? We didn't agree on salaries. Napoli's a risk of false accounting investigation. Yeah, with Osimhen. I saw that. All right, so Lart, what's coming up this week? Anything interesting?
No, man. We're waiting. We're waiting for the news to come from Calcio Finanza or Fabrizio Romano. The Saudi buying AC Milan. Get ready. Kylian Mbappe. It's pretty good, no?
Too good. Too good to be true.
Who's gonna play on the right?
Who's going to play on the right?
Yeah, is it gonna be Leao on the right? Mbappe on the left?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Who is gonna be in the midfield? Are we gonna buy like 5 or 6 players from City? Like Rodri and De Bruyne? Like, we're gonna do that?
Wow, look at Edison is hating Leao this season. Look at that. Leao is an embarrassment.
Come on, man. That's a big exaggeration.
An embarrassment.
He's having a dip, man. He's normal. How is not Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? He will have some seasons that are a bit okay. Nothing crazy.
Scudetto favorites. We're back.
Yo, you're back.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that, Antonio?
Who?
You. What do you think about that?
About what?
What you just said.
What
The Saudi buying Milan.
Oh, that would be the dream scenario.
No, you just said Scudetto. We're the Scudetto thing.
What, this season?
Yeah. What did you say?
No, I said if we got the Arabs.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. No doubt. If that ownership comes in with Maldini, Massara, Leonardo, and these guys, maybe it won't happen.
What do you guys think about the news? Because it's only one news source that's saying it. I don't know if Fabrizio or Di Marzio or Longo doesn't say it. I don't really know.
Well, but this is more like it's not really a market, like a mercado. It's more like
this is not a sport.
But Romano
news.
does make Romano does make big news like that though. I think, but yeah, I know it's not a typical piece of news. But I did hear about the news that I don't know. They're saying that Jerry wants to be able to, I guess, to sell a majority share. Is that what they were saying? Which is kind of
wait, say again?
It's hard for me to believe. Are they saying that he's going to sell a majority share? Because I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to believe.
They're saying that they're going to start with the minority share and then go for the majority.
It's just hard for me to believe. Because why would you do that so soon?
Well, because he can cash out and have a guaranteed profit.
Do you think that him doing this means that he basically just wants to get out because he realizes that he's kind of over his head. Because I feel like if you do this, if you get out early, which I know you still make a profit, but it's like saying that you don't back yourself to make more holding on to the company.
Well, look at it this way. So the stadium is still not a guarantee that they can build it. It was still going to take time before they can build the stadium. So it's obviously it's going to be a long-term thing, the stadium. And then probably this year he realized that it's not so simple to get prize money, because that's what he's banking on. He's banking on prize money. I guarantee you he's banking on prize money. And he realized that getting prize money is not as simple as Moneyball and that bullshit right there. So if there's a chance, and also Kaiser Permanente backed out, so he has a huge problem there. Kaiser Permanente was supposed to be there to help him pay the vendor's loan back. So he has to find someone. He's been flying to the Middle East. Obviously, he's talking to someone in the Middle East. If there's an opportunity for him to make money right away, at this point, I think I'm leaning towards believing that he would take that chance. And he wins, because it's not about sports for him. It's
Right.
not about sports.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, I know he's gonna win and like he's gonna make money. Obviously, that he wouldn't do that if he wasn't making money. I'm just saying, like, it kind of seems like him selling the club. You know, that wasn't the plan. He said in the interviews that he would plan on keeping it for, like, I don't remember exactly, but it sounded like he was going to keep it for a good amount of time. And then he was like, eventually he was saying that there were going to be exit strategies. But I'm saying, like, the fact that it's only been like 2 years kind of tells me, like, that he's probably over his head in terms of how profitable he thought he could make the team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously,
Mm.
a lot of we're just speculating here and just guessing.
Right, because
But
I mean, I don't think that I just don't. I mean, if this news wasn't true or didn't come out, I would not believe this was anything near a real possibility, because it just doesn't make sense. It's like business investments for 2 years after you make that loan. I don't know. It doesn't feel natural for that to happen.
yeah, I think the key factor in all of this is Kaiser Permanente and them backing out. And this has put pressure on him, because now he has this huge debt that he has to pay, and he has to look for somebody. And if it's true, this somebody that wants to give him the money is these guys here, which their thing is, okay, but eventually we want the full club, and you're going to make a big chunk of change, So I'm hoping it's true. It's too good to be true, kind of thing.
Also, I doubt he would or even Maldini would even want to work with the club if he's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, the what the reports are saying is that this new ownership, Maldini would be the president of the club, so the Scaroni of the situation, but with more involvement in like business, in the affairs of the club, etc., etc. Massara would be the DS, and Leonardo. I'm assuming Leonardo would be the CEO. The
Roy,
person. What?
my problem on all this thing is if Jerry Cardinale refuses the offer of the Arabs because they're
Mamma mia,
not,
yeah.
if they are not willing, because he wants just an investor, doesn't want someone to buy the full club, and he refuses that offer, and they say, okay, we're going on the other side of Milan, see you in the pitch. If they do that,
that's probably gonna happen. Because Zhang,
I'm gonna hate Jerry Cardinale, and everyone else that is not gonna join me, I'm gonna ban it from the chat. I'm gonna run this channel with 5 people watching. I don't fucking even want to deal with those people. I don't want them in my life.
guys, honestly, that's a good point, because Zhang, like, if you think about it, I mean, okay, they're gonna win the league this year. They went to the final. I mean, how much longer do you think Zhang's gonna be able to actually just be without cashing. I think Zhang's probably going to try to cash out eventually because
It
they
doesn't
need
matter,
money.
man. Zhang is gonna sell it because they're gonna be like Jerica Dinali is not gonna give him Milan to us. We're gonna buy the other club.
Well, obviously, if they buy the other club, though, Maldini and Leonardo Massara are not going to go to Inter.
No.
No, they're not going there. But
But
I'm
they're gonna
gonna
have Marotta.
I'm gonna ban everyone from the chat that tries to defend that cunt.
Imagine
I'm
Marotta.
honestly gonna ban everyone, man. I'm gonna kick everyone from the WhatsApp chat that defends. Even Paul, I like him. I'm gonna kick him out. I don't care. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be ruthless. I'm gonna cut every idiot from my life that defends Jerry Cardinale.
I love it. I love it.
Jerry's World.
So this is a really good question here by Rafiq. He says, besides top three, the rest of the teams have been very inconsistent in Serie A this season. Do you think Serie A has been below average quality-wise this time around? What do you guys think? Laird, you want to respond?
I think just Napoli's been out of, underperforming. So Napoli should be a team that should have the same amount of points, more or less, of Milan, Inter, and Juventus. The other ones, they are performing everyone as usual, like every year. So if there is any overperform or underperform, is just a bit. So I think Fiorentina is overperforming and Roma is underperforming. But at the end of the season, they will end up where usually they end up. Napoli is extremely underperforming. I think Napoli should have around 40 points at least. That is a team that should have 45, 50 points. So they are extremely underperforming. They are under, let me do the maths, 11 points, something like that. That's a lot.
Yeah, they're down there. Yeah, for me, obviously Inter has risen to a very big level, a level that I didn't expect. Like they're pretty much arguably one of the best team. They're not the best team in Europe, but they're in the conversation. They have the best defense in Europe right now out of all the big teams. Juventus not having Europe is doing good. Milan is more or less the same as last year. But yeah, Napoli, Roma, these two teams have dropped the ball big time. And I think that these two teams not being the top four contenders has brought down the level for sure, yeah. And these other teams like Atalanta, Fiorentina, Bologna, we're not going to do that much. But as far as the mid-table and the lower table, I think Serie A is always strong. I think the Serie A is probably still stronger than most other leagues. So the competition is still strong there if you compare it to the other leagues.
I think the league is doing exactly as they've been doing recently. Just Napoli is underperforming. If Napoli is doing a normal,
I'd say Roma
run,
is underperforming too.
yeah, but let's say Napoli does a normal run, so 45 points, like Milan. You will have top four: Juventus, Inter, Milan, and Napoli. Straight behind with around, 9 or 7 points less, you will have Roma, Lazio, and Atalanta. Instead of Roma, you're having Fiorentina this season, basically. So the only team that is underperforming, that is making things look weird, is Napoli. Because Napoli won the league. They should be at least top four at this moment of the season. They have a team. They didn't sell all their team. They sold one player. So they still they should be a top four team.
I mean, I'll tell you this, and then I also want to hear what Antonio's got to say about this. I'll say one last thing, that if Napoli didn't drop the ball and De Laurentiis wasn't an idiot and he would have continued with what he had from the previous year, the league would be super fucking strong right now. because Napoli would be super strong. Inter would be super strong. If Milan was run by people that actually give a shit, Milan would be fucking just as strong and maybe even stronger than Napoli and Inter. Juventus is strong. And then the other teams, Roma should be doing a little bit better, and the other teams are kind of doing what they're doing. So, I think we should be much better than, not much better, but we should do. The league should be stronger. Yeah, so some people dropped the ball and kind of made it a little bit, rather than brought the level down, they kind of kept it the same. They should have. There was a great opportunity to bring the Serie A even stronger. Antonio, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Napoli, Roma, Lazio, like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, historically, the top three teams have been by far the most winning teams. Like, so it makes sense that the rest of them aren't as good. But at the same time, like, last season, I also believe that like, was a one season thing. I mean, I just had, like I said, I believe that the Napoli run was kind of this, like, Maradona inspired, like, crazy, the stars aligned season where, like, everything went right. They were, barely any injuries, torching everyone. They were playing a fantastic, but I think it was, I mean, yeah, if they kept everything, you could argue, like, oh, could they have been able to repeat it? We'll never know. But I wasn't expecting them to be that good this year. But yeah, they've been, like, pretty terrible. Like, maybe they could be a bit better. I agree. So they've definitely declined. Roma, I mean, okay, Lukaku is good. Dybala is good, but he's always injured. Besides that, okay, Spinazzola is good. Pellegrini is pretty solid. Like, they have some good players. They should be better. But I still think that they have a lot of issues, especially with the core and sort of the depth that they have. And I think Mourinho, I think, it was time for him to go. I think he probably should have left last season. Um, they needed kind of a reset because they're a little bit, like, they're not even that young of a team. It's like they need to kind of, I mean, they're not going to win anything, and they have a lot of older players, I think. So they kind of need to start phasing out some of these players and kind of get an actual identity. Maybe play some better football, like, because Mourinho's, I don't know, they just haven't been, like, clicking in the league. At least they got that one Conference League trophy that was good, but they kind of have to be much better in the league. I mean, they've been pretty poor, so they have to get up there. Lazio, they're always the same. Like, some years they can maybe get top four, but they never challenge for anything, and I think they're just a waste of a team, honestly. But yeah, I think, like, it's different this season because those teams I just mentioned, they're like nowhere near the top three, which is, like, a little bit, like, kind of unheard of.
It's unusual.
But it kind of, to me, like, it's just sort of it's kind of following the underlying history of the league. It's the top three teams are better. Juventus without Champions League, without Europe. Us, like, I agree with what you said. I mean, we could be better, but it's, we've had a lot of questionable situations come up with us. But Inter's just by far the best team, so it kind of makes sense. I think, like, overall, this season's kind of a reset for a lot of these teams. And they should be performing better next year. I think Milan needs to. We got a little bit lucky, to be honest with you, because if this was a year that Napoli and Roma were decent, we might not be in top four easily. But It looks like because of that we made it. Because I don't think we've been that good either. We've been pretty shaky. So yeah, I think, like, next year there needs to be sort of a reset. I don't think Inter is going to be knocked off. I don't see a team that can compete with them, to be honest.
I think Inter is probably going to be at the top for another maybe 2 years, and then they're going to start fading.
Yeah, but we need to either, like, we have to contest them a bit. This is kind of like the fact that they're so uncontested is kind of, like, shameful.
I mean, they kind of came out of nowhere because last year, I mean, they had 11 defeats in the Serie A, some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else do we have? I have a bad feeling about Leonardo, Edison says. I don't. I think Leonardo at Milan is fine. I don't know. Do you guys have anything to say about that?
I don't.
Doesn't matter. If he does a bad job, he will get fired.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of his.
I think my issue is not people that work for Milan, is the ownership. People work for Milan, they will get fired if they are not good enough. Like how it should be. Our ownership is firing people that actually are good and are getting results.
Oh, okay. I have a question for you guys. If they do this change, who would you keep? Would you keep Moncada? I mean, I guess that's the only one I'm going to ask. Obviously, if I say, would you keep Furlani, you say no. If I say, would you keep Scaroni, both of you would say no.
Yeah.
So the only one left is Moncada. Would you guys keep Moncada?
Well, the
Yeah,
thing,
why not? If he has a good relationship with the people that are coming, yeah.
the thing is with Moncada is like, okay, if we keep him and we have Maldini and Massara, you think it's too many sporting directors? Is there a limit to how many you can really have? I mean, I think that he's the best thing. Listen, I do respect the ability to scout players. I think like he has had proof of recommending good players. He's probably recommended bad players. Like everyone makes mistakes, but I think he can be really useful for that. The thing is, though, would he accept anything else but like a top sporting director position? He probably wouldn't. He probably would go to another team that could offer him that.
That's a good point because it would be like a regression
Yeah,
if he goes from
actually,
DS back to
I'm
scout.
sorry. The news also saying that like this past season, if Milan hadn't promoted him, he was gonna probably leave. I heard.
Yeah, Monaco.
But yeah, and then he was promoted to that. I mean, if you can have all of them as sporting directors, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think Maldini and Masada know that in order to make the jump in quality, you need to start buying some actual top class players. But at the same time, it's super important to keep your Primavera team fresh and to also have players that you can promote that are much less expensive. That's what even Man City they've had a lot of players like that, like Brian Diaz, Jadon Sancho, like other players through their academy that have become really good. I mean, I think like you need to have this. It's kind of annoying that Popovic didn't work out. I think that's going to be good for Napoli in the future. But if we can keep refreshing our team that way with Moncada's scouting, and then also with Maldini's knowledge, like I think like Malik Chow, for example, I know he's not. Some people don't love him. I think he's going to be really good in the next few years. I think he's improved a lot. I think that was a combination of like Maldini and Moncada because you see there's Moncada provides the list of players that have good profiles, then probably Maldini or the sporting director in charge makes the decision with the budget he has. And I think that was like a good way to work with both of them in that transfer. So I think it would be great if they could work together, but I don't think it's realistic.
I'm liking here what Chunk is saying. Fahadinho, he's talking to Fahadinho. My guess is his investors are not much enthused with how things are going. 300 million penalty if we don't join the Super League. It's not official.
Wait, seriously? What is
No, no.
It's not official, but that's what they're trying to put up in the courts. We're not fighting this in the court, but they're trying to put this together. So basically, some of the founding teams of the Super League, if they don't join, we're going to get a penalty, but it's not official yet. Kaiser Permanente dropping out of the 200 million, that is official. 150 million from the CL and Club World Cup gone, that is official. Bad sporting performances that made our players lose value, that is very official. And bring the fans' enthusiasm at an all-time low, that is official. Another needed revolution next summer. A new coach, and you can't trust the directors to make the right calls, and not to mention the slow developments on the stadium, rising interest from the vendor loan that is quickly approaching its end of. All of these are great points.
Yeah, but just to respond, I mean, I agree. A lot of those are facts. The only thing that that kind of just begs the question is like, is he that? He's not an idiot. Like he knows that results aren't guaranteed. You wouldn't just go in, and like just be like after 1 year, if things don't go your way, you just like it's like the end
Bruh,
of the.
this guy didn't know that Milan was the second team with the most Champions League. Like, he doesn't know football.
I guess, man, if he's that much of an idiot, then I mean, it's a good thing. Gone, I guess.
I mean, listen, I don't know. Maybe
Art-
it's
One, I guess it's crazy.
the thing is, like, I always reference that 30-minute video on the YouTube channel, the Redbird channel, where he talks about why he bought Milan, what his plans are, and all of this, all of that. It's all a financial scheme. It's got nothing to do with sports. It's all about investments, cash flow, money ball, save money here, make money there. He even says, actually, in that same seminar, he says that it is not in his interest to create a dominant team because he
Yeah.
thinks it's bad for the ecosystem.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. So he likes getting his ass handed to him by.
So I don't know. I just think that he doesn't get. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He doesn't get it, man. He doesn't get it. It doesn't mean. Unfortunately, people need to understand that he is an idiot. Football speaking, he is literally an idiot. End of the story. People need to accept that he is an idiot. He doesn't understand that. Going back to Moncada, I wouldn't fire him if he wants to be at Milan. Of course, he's not going to be a sporting director. I will keep him, but as Antonio said, probably will like something higher as a position, so probably will leave. So, and at the moment, if Maldini and Massara comes back with Leonardo, that means a top coach comes in. A top coach is gonna have his own people, his own trusted people, and the scouting will be completely different. So the head scout will pick more like Primavera players and young players, and Milan will operate more like a big club, so buy almost ready players or ready-made players in the market, and the coach they will bring will pull big players as well.
Yeah, I think these are good points. I don't see Moncada regressing where he is, and maybe is he going to be needed really if the structure changes? Right now, Moncada is being used because of his ability to find young players that eventually in 3 or 5 years are going to become good. But I don't think that's going to be the direction if this new management comes in.
Roy, who would you buy with Arab money?
I don't know, man. Honestly, don't know.
Liar.
What? Sorry.
Who's a player that you would buy if you had the Arab money?
Oh yeah, I gave my trio. Will be Sesko, Mbappe, Tonali.
Yeah,
What?
that'd be fantastic.
Did you say Mbappe, Sesko, and Tonali?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
The most random.
Why you guys are laughing? You didn't laugh with Mbappe. The guy earns 100 million a year. You laughed at
listen.
Tonali.
No. I'm not laughing at that. I'm like, that's like, it's just all of this stuff is too good to be true. That's why I'm laughing.
That's what I
I
would
just
do,
like
man.
the-
I will,
Imagine we bought Tonali back. It's like
I will tell Newcastle, sorry for the issue. Can we give you the money back and take it? Actually, I give you 10 million more for the disturb.
for your trouble.
For the trouble that he didn't play for 6 months. And that's it.
Yeah, speaking of which, Tonali, the situation looks bad because I read recently that they might going to pursue suing Milan over Tonali because there's some allegations that are saying that Milan knew about the situation.
Yeah, but you can't.
Well,
prove
Well, if they can, we are in trouble.
That's good. Honestly, it's probably a good thing. Get Jerry out of here.
That is something that will kick Jerry out of Milan, like literally. And if that is real, maybe Jerry will be like, you know what? Let me sell and leave. Well, at that point, if they sue us and they are right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna take Tonali back and give the money with interest, which is happening basically. Tonali is coming back.
So Chunk says that line from Maldini's interview where he says not even the scouting department wanted Tonali. He didn't call him out as directly as he did with Fulani and Jerry, but it's a passive aggressive hit towards Moncada. Yeah, I remember that. I got that same impression.
No, I don't think it was a passive aggressive against Moncada. I think it was more like him saying that even the scouting department cannot pick the best talent in the world. Sometimes you need more than just scouting to understand talent.
That's a good angle too, yeah.
I don't think he wanted to call out the scouting. So he wanted to call out more the system, the Moneyball system that relies a lot on scouting. And not like on the eye test.
Edison says Sesko is happening. We have been linked to Sesko lately. Yeah, it's true.
I'll take that guy.
He's only scored
I don't
3 goals
think-
this season.
I don't understand how we are linked to 50, 60 million players, even though our owner has a 700 million depth and things like that. I don't understand how that thing works.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they feel like the team has been built, right? So now whatever budget they have is not going to go on 11 players anymore. It's going to go on 1 player or maximum 2. And they can do like differentiated payments, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Edison is saying that Milan should not be punished because it's not Milan's fault. Well, technically, if you know it's your fault, you should stop the player. You should not play the player.
Yeah, if they actually find the evidence that they knew that he was doing this stuff, yeah, Milan is definitely going to get in trouble for that, for sure.
Hopefully, we don't get. I mean, we can get serious trouble though.
If they find out that they knew, of course, yeah.
We can get banned from Europe for at least like 2 or 3 years or something like that.
Jesus,
That's
imagine
crazy.
if that would happen. My God.
Jerry, you're gonna find him underneath a bridge in Rome begging for money.
Imagine if things so bad that, man, I don't even think about that actually.
Well, to be fair, if I'm Milan and I know these things are happening, I should not do something like this. I should be really.
Yeah, I would
cautious.
not. If I know that he's been doing gambling or whatnot, I deal with it. And I do what Juventus did, right, with Fagioli.
Guys, plot twist: Maldini put Tonali on the betting train just so that he could bankrupt Jerry, and he also told Tonali to go to.
Shut up. Oh boy, I don't think Milan will. They will never find proofs, the evidence of that happening, and at the end of the day, maybe Milan will kind of. I mean, we're gonna be owned by the same fund at the end of the day, so
yeah. This is all fantasy talk, by the way.
Yeah, we're just dreaming before going to sleep.
We're just dreaming right now. Milan so far only have 18 million leftovers from the summer. I don't think they will add more money.
How people know that? How do we know we have 18 million left from the summer?
I put a video on my YouTube channel. It went viral today. Well, viral, not viral, but they're good.
About what? About the
About music theory.
music theory.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Wait, on which channel?
On my regular channel, on my channel.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
All those horny women.
A short. Jesus, I think we're doing a scheme to lower the price of strikers. We do a public rumor about Sesko, and 1 week later, David price goes from 40 to 25.
By the way, Taremi is going to Inter on a free.
Can you believe that?
I believe it because Romano is saying it. So
That's crazy, huh?
So Taremi and who else? Zelinski.
looks like Immobile probably will go as well.
Where did you read that?
If Inzaghi is still there, yeah, probably. Because Immobile is going to be out of contract next summer. So
I think I don't know if I remember correctly, but either this or next year is Marotta's last year in football, and then he's going to retire. I think I read this somewhere. So I think once Marotta retires, Inter's going to start to slowly dissipate. Well,
I
not
feel
dissipate.
Marotta will sell Inter. So find a buyer, get his fat check, his bonus because he found a buyer. Transition for a year to settle everything with a new buyer and become and run the Serie A, the league.
Oh yeah, he already has a position in the league, right? In the Liga, he has a
Yeah,
position, kind of like
and he's
Galliani used to.
and he's friends with the people that run the league. So
Moise Kane to Atletico. That money was meant for Taremi, but the deal collapsed. Okay, I see. That makes sense. That's what we're supposedly ready to spend for Taremi, plus 4 million from Krunic, 4 million from Terracciano, minus 4 million from Terracciano. Is that all we have? 3 likes. That's all right. We should be like the other Milan channels that are always talking about Pulisic. Put Pulisic in the thumbnails. How
who the
great
fuck is Pulisic, man? The man does nothing on the 90 minutes, man.
That's
He's
how
just
you
good at taking. He's just good at taking his chances. That's it. He's exactly like Messias, man. You remember Messias doing nothing the whole 90 minutes, but good at finishing. Nothing. Pulisic did literally nothing. I saw the game yesterday. He did nothing for 90 minutes.
Oh, really? He played badly yesterday?
Dude, normal performance. Nothing impactful. And look, don't get me wrong. I think the right wing is not his position. Literally, the guy is. It's a bit castrated on that side of the pitch. I think he's more dangerous on the left. He makes more. I remember when he played a few games on the left. Actually, I think he played 4 games on the left, and he scored twice and assisted twice as well. So probably 50% of his goal contribution comes from the left when he played it on the left.
In his defense, his numbers aren't bad, bro.
Yeah, but during the game, he really doesn't bring,
quality to the build up. Literally, is like, I don't know. I think he's out of position. He
Yeah,
works
like
hard.
from basically the defense to the final third, there's nothing there. But once he's in the final third, if he has some space, he can come up with some stuff usually. And
I don't
he's been
know.
okay
He's good
there.
at taking his chances, but I don't think he comes up with a lot. Yesterday didn't come up with anything exciting, to be honest. Not a
Who I
assist.
saw I saw the Reindeers had a poor game. La Gazzetta dello Sport gave Reindeers a poor rating. Gabbia got the highest rating.
I mean, Rangers that is typical game. Probably a bit worse yesterday, but typical Rangers game. I don't know Adley how he played. I think Adley was like always pretty good when he has to, build the play. But Ruben did a good goal. I think Ruben played well. Giroud played well. Oh no, man! I don't think Pulisic does a lot during the game in terms of creativity and chances. Doesn't create.
Mm. And Leao had a normal game.
Yeah, yeah.
How was
But
Theo?
I think Theo played well, but he did a mistake on the second goal of Udinese. But that was a mistake of. I will blame probably 70% Rangers and 30% Theo, but still Theo can do better in that situation.
Did Musa play?
Did he come in? I don't remember if he came in the second half. I don't think he came in the second half. I think Okafor and Jovic came in the second half. So another thing, Okafor and Jovic, when they come in, they create things. They kind of the overall the game they do is quite impactful. Pulisic is the opposite. He at 90 minutes, I don't think he creates a lot. It's just when he has a chance, he takes that chance. That's why his numbers are good. Um, I'm not gonna complain about that, but I don't understand the hype behind Pulisic. Play 5 minutes. Okay,
What do you
that's good.
think about what Fardinha said? Pulis better if he was in the center. Actually, he plays with both feet.
I don't know. Maybe in the center it would be more effective, but I doubt it because I don't think his vision is great. I think it would be great on the left one.
Yeah.
I think it would be great on the left. I'll be like if Leao is having a bad period, I will bring Leao on the right and put Pulisic on the left and see what's going on. Mix it up a bit. I don't think it would be such a bad thing if you bring Leao on the right and put Pulisic on the left.
Leao on the right, really.
Yeah, he's a right-footed. He can do that.
Leao is allergic to any other position except for the left. Musa played 5 minutes. Okay. Benacer got injured in AFCON. I think it's Gabi's fault. Do you agree, guys? Damn.
I
Benacer
agree,
got
man.
injured.
I blame Gabia for everything.
Yeah, it's always Gabi's fault. Gabia, I was told Gabia had some really good important plays. Let's put it that way.
He played well. I think he's a good player. I always said that he has um seasons before. I always say that he's not ready to start for Milan, and he needed game time. He needed to go on loan and play a lot of games.
Oh my god.
And we saw that basically in half season that he played for Villarreal. He improved a lot, like a lot of confidence. So if he had the chance to play an entire season for Villarreal, he would have been a great player.
for us. But he's playing now, so he will be a great player anyway. What happened, Roy? Is the WhatsApp chat?
No. Right now, in the Milan universe, because of this win versus Udinese, there's a lot of excitement, and right now the propaganda is these stats, these where they're showing all the goal contributions of Reindeers, RLC, Musa, Okafor, Chukwueze, Pulisic, and it's all the people that were shitting on the Mercato. Well, look at it now. It's like, oh my god.
But what are you gonna do, man?
And then I wish I could share this, but it's on my phone.
Send me the link on the WhatsApp. I can share it if you send the link.
Yeah, I did.
Let me open it.
If we could sign 2 players, which positions are the priority, not considering Rangers and AFCON? Striker and CDM, I think.
Yeah, it's bullshit, but this thing. I think a part
are not
a
even
part of
apart from the numbers of Pulisic, none of these numbers are even anything special.
No, I honestly I think Jovic and Okafor are special because they haven't played a lot.
Okay.
But the other ones have been playing every fucking game.
Do you want to share it?
Yeah, I'm sharing it now.
And there's someone here. There's a response here.
So Ruben Loftus-Cheek is playing on the Diaz position. He hasn't get more goal contribution than Diaz. As it stands now, at this moment of the season. He hasn't bring the club to the second stage of the Champions League. And we are fighting for top 4 like a season before. Chukwueze has less goals than Messias. And less goals than Selemakers. If you compare it to the season before. If you want to talk about numbers. Pulisic has good numbers, but the guy has been playing every fucking game. And the good numbers of Pulisic are bringing bad numbers on Leao. Now, I don't know if that is connected, but it's a fact. And Reinders is had a good numbers, but I don't think is performing well. The two good numbers that I consider are how's it called Okafor and Jovic, because they've played few games. I think Okafor has played what 12 games, 12 appearances, something like that.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it can't be that much.
Yeah, so that's those 2 players. They've been performing really well, and their price is low. But the other ones, I don't see anything exceptional. Yes, Pulisic brought a lot of goals and assists, but what about the team? Is the team winning with those goals and assists? Is the team well balanced?
The thing that I really bothers me right now, because this is the narrative right now that they want to push. But for what? What is the purpose of all of this shit? Like, so, like the players we sold, had these more or less the same numbers. Now, some players that we had did not perform last year, but who gives a fuck? This is not a trophy. This is not a fucking trophy. At the end of the season, Inter is still going to fucking win the league, most likely. You're still out of the Champions League. You're probably going to be out of Europa League. You're out of the Coppa Italia. Who gives a fuck about these stats? Like, this is hanging on to straws. This is literally fucking hanging on to straws, trying to find anything to make yourself feel positive about the season. Who gives a shit? These stats are not impressive. You bring in 11 new players, yeah, of course they're going to get some stats. But we didn't buy the players to fucking do some stat padding. I thought we buy players to actually be competitive. I cannot stand this freaking narrative, the propaganda right now that is being pushed right now. This is what's going on around the Milan Twitter sphere, the Milan social medias. Oh, look at this. All the people that complained about the summer. Oh, well, look at them now. Bro, what the fuck? We're out of every goddamn competition. What the fuck are you talking about? You think, who gives a fuck about this? Mamma mia, oh, mi viene un infarto. Mi viene un infarto. And then this guy here, dude. And there's some people here that are telling him this stuff. And he's coming up with some fucking excuses. Oh my god.
Roy, do you want to know Tonali's goals and assists last season?
I know it was high. What was it?
2 goals and 9 assists.
Yeah, I know. In total, including the Champions League, he was
2 goals and 9 assists. In
the whole everything. Oh yeah, 11 goal contribution. Yeah, that's
11 goal contribution.
Yeah.
So still, no one of these guys in the midfield has surpassed that.
right. And then add Brahim Diaz. What did Brahim Diaz have? 15.
I'll tell you right now, man. Just give me. I'm actually gonna give you everyone. Lem- So let me see if I can get Alexis Selemaker's stats. So Alexis Selemaker's stats, whatever they wanna compare it with, they can pick whatever player. Had 4 goals and 3 assists.
Who?
Selemaker's had 4 goals and 3 assists last season.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And 2 of those were in Champions League where we won the game, by the way. 2 goals and an assist.
And what about Messias?
Messias has more than Selemaker's, man.
Yeah, like this piece of propaganda that is being pushed right now is so I don't want to say retarded because I want to
He is retarded, man. You can say it.
so fucking stupid. This is literally trying to find any fucking it's pretty much polishing a turd and showing us, look at how polished this turd is. This is why we should.
Junior Messias had 4 goals and 2 assists. No, sorry, 6 goals and 2 assists.
And what did Brahim Diaz have?
Dude, Brahim Diaz had like 14 goals contribution.
I think it was more.
I can give you that as well.
Yeah, the 3 players that dropped the ball were Rebic, Origi, and CDK. Those 3 players dropped the ball. If those players had normal numbers, it would have been fine.
Brahim Diaz had 7 goals and 8 assists.
7 and 8, so
Yeah.
that is 15. right?
Yeah. So if you compare, of course, the season is not finished. Some they will bump up their numbers.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
sure.
I'm pretty sure Chukwueze will get the numbers of Messias, but we paid him 5 million. We didn't pay him 4 million. And we're giving him 3.5 million net salary. We're not giving him 1.5 million salary. So if the dude at the end of the season gets the same numbers of Selemakers and Messias, you're not gonna tell me, oh, this is an amazing transfer market. If Pulisic gets 16 goal contribution or 17 goal contribution instead of 15, what Brahim Diaz did, you're not gonna tell me that is an amazing transfer window because we paid the Pulisic 20 million and we're giving him 4.5 million net salary. Brahim Diaz came on a fucking free. If Reinders does, which he will not do, but let's say he does the same numbers of Tonali, he's not a better player than Tonali. And he's not helping us to win the league
There's no
like
way he's gonna
Tonali
get those
did.
numbers. No way he's gonna get those numbers.
But let's say he does. So this is not a better market. The only big choice they made, I think, was Jovic. Jovic was a big call. And they did that call by accident because a lot of other deals fall. But it was a good call. That's it. The other ones are normal calls that cost us a lot of money and they didn't bring us nothing. Yes, look at this is a great comment. This is a great comment. This is a massive goal. This is a goal that wins you the quarterfinal of Champions League. It's not the goal that Chukwueze did against Newcastle that brought us in Europa League. This is a goal that brings you in a semi-final of Champions League and brings you 60 million revenues extra in a year and buys you Pulisic, Ruben, and Reinders thanks to that goal.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Like, why have so many fans have downgraded their expectations of AC Milan in order to defend Jerry Cardinale and Furlani, bro? Like, what? Like, so many fans have completely abandoned the idea of what Milan is as a club to defend these guys. I don't know, man. I've lost hope in humanity at this point.
Roy, I'm gonna show you something, dude. Origi had 2 goals and 1 assist last season, more than Chukwueze still. Same amount as Chukwueze, 2 goals and 1 assist. Let me see Rebic how many he had. Because if I do the total of these players, they probably get more than these guys. And they were bad players for the fan base. They were like average, awful players. Rebic.
I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, Rebic dropped the ball, man. Rebic had just 3 goals and 2 assists. Rebic more than Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the moment. Consider the guy completely disappeared the second half of the season. It's not bad. Rebic 3 goals and 2 assists last season.
Yeah. No, but this argument here, I can't believe people are trying to use this as if it's some kind of win. It's like, can we just go back to being like Milan, like, the second, the one of the most elite clubs in the fucking galaxy. What is this fucking shit that we care about stats more than than competing for major trophies? What is this? What the fuck is this? This is a we live in an alternate universe at this point.
Dude, at the end of the season, this when I will compare the stats of the players that left Milan on those positions with the players that came,
Joel?
the difference will be minimal. It's not going to be 130 million difference.
No, of course not. Of course not. But the thing is, like, but it's already finished. Already, we're not going to make the same amount of money that we made last year. Last year, we got all the way to the semifinals of the Champions League. That has already big failure. We're already not making anywhere close to the money that we're making last year. We're already out of the Champions League. We're out of the Coppa Italia. We're probably not going to win the EL. The Scudetto, I just don't see it, man. I mean, if Inter decides to just shit the bed, sure, but it's not on us. It's not on us. This is all on Inter. It's Inter has to fucking lose the Scudetto this time. I mean, this stat thing here is a joke to me. It's a joke. The fact that we have reduced ourselves to this, that we have to look at these stats and just completely neglect the fact that we have completely dropped the ball and use these stats to defend Jerry Cardinale and Furlani. Who gives a shit about these guys? I'm telling you, man, I have checked out. And if I start seeing Inter dropping the ball, that's going to revive me. But as of now, I've checked out.
Why, man? Don't do it.
I mean, I'm saying I'm already ready for next season, you know?
Oh, yeah. You're checking in.
I'm checking in for next season. What's up, Joel? How you doing? Edison here is a good point. You guys are doing this comparison for nothing. Lao is the difference that Milan isn't doing well. Last year was saving us. Maybe you have a point there. Maybe you do have a point there. Maybe Lao should have been more decisive in some of those games in the CL.
No, I think the difference here is Jovic is scoring goals and doing some assists in some games when he comes in, and Origi didn't do that. Zlatan was always injured, and Rebic completely disappeared. Usually in a normal season, Rebic gets like a 9-10 goal contribution. It got like 5. Origi should have got at least a 10 goal contribution as well. It got 3. And CDK completely didn't show up like at all. Yeah. And he should have got at least 6 goal contribution.
Yeah.
And you have 15 goal contribution that they were missing. That 15 goal contribution plus Mike Maignan missing for 7 months. You have right there around 12 to 15 points missing that we didn't get last season.
Yeah, definitely. CDK, by the way, is having a stellar season right now, isn't he? Huh? What is he at? He's already double-digit goal contributions. He played very well against us. He's throwing jabs at us too, saying that he likes wearing blue and black. Che bastardo. He's throwing so. Did you hear that?
Yeah, because Club Brugge has a blue and black as well.
Yeah. And Atalanta, yeah. He says those colors fit him well. Okafor would be 2 if he actually stay fit. Magic Mike is probably more clinical in front of the goal than the new signings. I mean, honestly, Mike is probably one of the reasons why right now we are, he's probably our best player.
These new signings will get more goal contribution because they will go and play against Rennes in the next 2 games. They're not going to play against Tottenham.
Yeah, and if they do get more goal contributions, it's not a win. It's really is not a win. It's
Yeah,
just it's an irrelevant stat that is going to be forgotten by the day that this season is over.
but people need to understand that
Like,
it's stupid to think like this because these guys are going to play against fucking Rennes and they will get probably 3-4 goals easy with that strike. They played against fucking Cagliari in Coppa Italia. A year ago, the team played against Torino. It was a 120 minutes game. It's a tough game. It's not against fucking dead Cagliari or yeah, Cagliari was with their bench players because they're trying to don't get relegated. It's bullshit. I call it bullshit, man. That's fine.
yeah. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is.
Who fucking cares if Chukwueze got an assist in Coppa Italia against Cagliari, man? The guy didn't show up against Borussia Dortmund. But anyway, this is our fan base, man. He's an Arsenal fan base. We are an Arsenal fan base now. We are like Arsenal.
So what happened to standards? Like, what happened to the Milan standards? What happened to that?
Well, these are the Milan standards, man.
I don't think like. Do you think Real Madrid fans would be okay with a situation like this? Absolutely not.
Yeah, man. Real Madrid fans are counting how many goals the new kid is getting compared to how's it called? Jovic. They're being happy. No, it doesn't work like this, man. They see the team and they see the team winning or losing and they judge the team. End of the story.
We have to go back to being a top level club. This mentality that we have right now is going to it mustn't stay. It must not stay. Because the more it stays, the more the Milan fans are just going to accept Milan as the second tier club. And they're going to hang on to this. Right? They're not going to be upset that we completely botched out of the Champions League. They're not going to be upset that we've conceded 23 goals and Inter has only conceded 10. They're not going to be upset that Atalanta CDK fucking kicked us out of the Coppa Italia. No, they're going to be happy because Chukwueze has 2 goals and 1 assist. They're going to be happy because Okafor has what is it, 4 goals and 1 assist. Like this is the destruction of the image of Milan. Yo, where the fuck are the standards? We're not Lazio. We're not Roma. We're not fucking Fiorentina. We should be in the same conversation with Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, Bayern. You know what? They should be in the same conversation with us. What the fuck is this?
I'm going to sleep, man.
Yeah.
Just want to reply to this comment. I don't think they're doing well, man, because they're getting goals on games that don't really matter, or at least that is not, how can I say it, exceptional to get goals. We needed those goals in Champions League. The first game against Newcastle, the first game against Borussia Dortmund, the second game against Borussia Dortmund. When the Champions League was there, we needed goals against Inter. We needed goals against Juventus. We needed those goals against big teams that we didn't get points this season. Those goals didn't come.
I mean, listen, next year we'll see. We'll see what happens in the market. We'll see what happens if a club gets sold. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I don't think that's the narrative here. It is that this season is the way it is, and
Is
it is.
pointless.
move. 130 million thrown in the bin.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you gonna do with Okafor if Mbappe Sesko comes? Send them on loan?
And also, the other thing that really, I don't want to say pisses me off, but it makes me want to think. So, of course, we've spoken about the growth decree here and how much we think that, it's unsustainable. It doesn't make sense. But they did have a growth decree. Why the fuck didn't you renew Magnan? Why the fuck didn't you renew Theo? Why the fuck didn't you get a big striker if you're so worried about saving money? Because now that the growth decree is over, yeah, you got to spend all that fucking money now. So does this mean that we are going to have to sell these guys because they don't want to spend the money to renew these guys because they want to keep the wage the wage cap low? Italy literally gave you a fucking 5 years to do this shit. It's gone now. Why the fuck didn't you use the opportunity to use the growth decree for a big striker?
I don't know, man.
Like, what the fuck were they waiting for? Listen, I'm against the growth decree, right? I'm against it, but it was there. It was there. We know that the big strikers cost lots of money. You got to pay them. Why did you get Chukwueze, man? Like, we didn't need Chukwueze.
Here's your answer, man. Joel gave you your answer.
What if Magnan and Tel didn't want to renew? Oh, that's a good, yeah, it's possible. You're right.
Going to sleep, man. Actually, it's
All right.
too late.
Okay. Anyway, listen. Yeah, let's close. Positive. Like, come on. Let's end on a positive note. Positive. Let's be positive. What's the positive note that we can end on? We secured top 4. Is that
No. The only positive note is we got 3 points against Udinese. That's it.
all right? I'll take that. We'll take that.
The moment, nothing positive. Oh, another positive thing is that Inter didn't play and they start to feel the pressure.
Yeah, because Juventus has surpassed them.
I surpassed them, and we know when Inter has one game less to play, they crumble. They did it against us when they played that Bologna game.
Oh yeah, that's when they lost points.
Yeah, because they were thinking, "Oh, we have 1 point, we have 1 game less, so we're gonna be on top," and they didn't win that 1 game less.
Mm.
So it's a psychological game now. It's a mind game for the next 17 games.
Yeah, they're playing tomorrow.
No, they're not.
Supercoppa.
Ah, yeah, Supercoppa, yes, but no Serie A.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying they're playing tomorrow against Napoli. I think it's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. We're playing tomorrow at 11 a.m. Let's see if that takes away some energies, or maybe that can go either way though. Because if they win it, I don't know. If they win it, they probably might be inspired.
No, full belly. I believe more on the theory of the full belly than the I'm inspired. I want to win more.
Well, let's see, Lad. I'm gonna believe it when I see it because this Inter is looking good. So if it happens, good. I think that's going to be good. If they start to drop their guard, so yeah, let's see what happens. Anyway, should be a good game regardless tomorrow. Napoli Inter Supercoppa final should be fun.
11 a.m. It means 6 p.m. here or something like that. 5 p.m.
11 a.m. should mean usually. What are the night games for you? What time are they?
8,
Yeah,
7:45.
it's 8. Because the night games here are usually 11:45 a.m.
Oh, okay, so 7.
Oh wow. Yep. So yeah,
yeah.
should be an interesting game. Should be a fun game actually. Who do you think is going to win?
Mm, no, I think it's gonna be Inter. Inter will win.
Penalties or full in the full time?
Full time, easy, 2-0, maybe 3.
Well, let's see. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if Napoli can pull it off, but of course, I think Inter are the favorites.
No, because Napoli is not solid at the back.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. But the finals, you never know what can happen in the final.
Let's see.
Never know. Should be
Let's-
interesting. All right. Anyway, Lart, good chat. We'll catch up during the week.
Yep.
Okay, last question, and then let's close. Do you guys think Milan should renew Jovic? Yeah, sure. Why not? He's coming in and scoring goals. Why shouldn't he?
For me, it depends who is our owner next year. If it's still Jerry, of course, renew the guy. We are broke. We don't have money. So renew Jovic is a good value. If a big owner comes that spends big money, fuck that, man. Get rid of how's it called? Jovic. Maybe keep Giroud as a third option or second option. Put a big guy, good guy, young player.
All right. Okay. So having said that, everybody, thank you very much for joining us today. Forza Milan, no matter what. Always Forza Milan.
Yeah,
Uh,
first time, you know.
so we will catch up during the week. Click that like button, subscribe. Yeah. All right. Peace out.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.